Hello, everybody, to everyone on the Fanspire, and welcome. Welcome to the Fanspire. We're back. I'm excited. I don't want to hide my excitement, not today, because it is the semifinals of the European Championships 2020, and two traditional powerhouses, Spain and Italy, are going up against each other. Look, it's the European Championships. I think everybody on the Fanspire knows now that I support England, but I don't care if England was a part of this tournament right now or not, because it is a semi-final of such a big tournament. You have to be excited for this kind of stuff, if you are a football fan. And we are joined by Pranav right now, who is a Spain fan. You've seen him on the Fanspire a couple of times. I hope we keep this collaboration going on. And Fateh is scheduled to join, but he is facing some connectivity issues. So Pranav, first things first, one word to describe your mood. One word.
I'm very nervous right now. I
Very
think
nervous.
Italy is going to take the revenge of 2008 and
2000.
2012,
Yeah,
both the years. I think this might be their year.
might be
But
playing.
let's hope Lucho has something in his bag since he's not playing Morata today.
Yeah. So, well,
Going,
you speak about Morata, you speak about the lineups, and what are the changes you could have brought to the lineup according to you? So we will, we have the lineups on our screen right now. So first we'll be talking about Spain. Well, tell me one change you could have had according to you.
I don't know if Morata is injured because in the last match also he was bought off in the second half. So if he was fit, I would bring Morata instead of Razabal. And Sarabia is not fit; he's not even in the squad. But if
Yeah,
he would have been fit, I would have brought him in place of Olmo
good.
since the front three was connecting very well in the
Yeah,
last two matches. So it's a huge blow since both Morata and Sarabia are out. But we've seen Olmo and Razabal come in the additional extra time for both the matches. So I think it should be a nice match.
it should be a nice
I,
match. And you look at the Italian lineup. Okay, Pranav, you're a Spanish
yeah,
fan. You look at the Italian lineup. Tell me one player you're fearing the most today.
I think it's Chiesa. He's been absolutely
Yes, sir.
wonderful. Yeah,
Hmm.
Chiesa is gonna run down the wings against Eric Garcia probably is gonna play
Yeah.
against Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia is coming after taking the rest in the previous match.
Are you
So
happy
he
Pau
proved,
Torres isn't playing?
I think in the last match only Pau Torres was only playing because of his heading ability. He
Heading
had
abilities, yeah.
located, yeah. I think we just started with the kickoff.
And the Italians have already given away their first free kick, Marco Verratti. So tell me, Pranav, um,
Yeah,
you you're playing the semi-final and possibly, I don't want to jinx it, but possibly the final at Wembley. How does that how do you see that as a Spanish fan playing these two big games at Wembley?
I think Wembley has been pretty nice for the Spanish teams. I feel we had defeated Manchester United, if I'm not wrong, at Wembley. Barcelona had defeated. If I'm not wrong, Barcelona had defeated Manchester United at their home turf. So if we go through this, I mean, the Spanish team has do have an amazing record against the
Yeah,
English teams in the UCL. So I
yeah,
don't think conditions are going to be that difficult if we go through. But
yeah.
let's see.
All you can do is hope, right? All you can do is hope.
Yeah,
And we can see that the Italians and the Spanish team, they have this history, as you've been talking about, a lot of people have been talking about. There is this history, uh 2008, 2012, 2020. It could be Mancini taking revenge for all the Italians. And we've got, I said the word Mancini, and we've got our own Mancini on here. We've got our own Mancini on here. Fateh, a very very good evening to
Absolutely.
you.
And good evening, Chinmay. You mentioned Mancini, and Mancini played for Italy at the 1988 Euros and the
Yeah.
1990 World Cups, and both the times Italy exited at the semi-final stage. So this
Hmm.
third time better not be as unlucky as the last two.
Well,
We want to win.
they do say third time lucky, right? They do say third time
Uh,
lucky.
so, so I'm
So
hoping
I
that
think,
this time,
but we say the word lucky, And I just it's been so just an update for all of our fans. 2 minutes gone, 2 minutes 40 seconds, and it's nil all. And we can already see there have been some one foul by Verratti already, and it is going to be a midfield battle. But talking about luck and and probably actually being unlucky will be what I'm trying to say here. What do you think about the injury, Fateh, and the Italians? Oh, that was close. Oh,
What?
that hit the post. That hit the
Offside.
post. And that's offside.
Offside.
That's
Offside.
offside.
Oh,
That's offside. Oh, Pranav now.
I
Pranav
think I'm
now.
way behind. I have not
Yeah.
reached
what a pass.
that
What a
fast.
pass. What a pass. I think Pranav is going to have to bear for the next 2 hours. He's going to have to bear the brunt of not watching the game live. Um, but again, a good advertisement for Sony Live. If you cannot watch the game live at 12:30 a.m., you can surely have a Sony Live subscription. So that is a good thing. So talking about the injury, Fateh. How do you think it affects not only the team in this game but also in the tournament, or in their preparations?
Who? The injury to Spinazzola?
Yeah, yeah, the injury to Spinazzola. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I think out of we had Florenzi who's out injured on the right wing, and now we have a left wing back also out injured. And
yeah,
Spinazzola was one of those players who sort of had broken out in this tournament. And I think somebody was saying that Spain has a weaker defense from where Spinazzola had to attack. So that
yeah.
wing
They
was
do.
not good for Spain. So it's a big loss, but that's why these tournaments you have to factor in injuries.
Yeah,
2006, the last time that Italy won a major tournament, Totti came to that tournament injured, and there were a lot of injuries. Nesta went out injured, the best centre back, but
yeah.
Materazzi stepped in. So I mean, this is the game where Emerson has to step in,
That's
has to
just
have
a
a big performance, has to show that because there's a lot of Italian clubs are actually interested in
looking at
buying
Emerson.
bringing Emerson back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I mean, this is his chance to shine. And Chelsea can get good money if he does well in this one
If it does
particular
well.
match. So I
True, true,
mean,
true.
a lot riding on Emerson, and he better turn up.
And it's a big tournament, and it's a big game. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
I
this,
mean, I
this,
think
this.
injuries. Any big tournament, all big teams, you should plan for injuries. You're going to have
You should.
injuries, and
Yeah,
the whole squad has to sort of turn up. You can't just say, "Well, I've got this 11," and
yeah,
they're going to do well, and that's it. I think you
yeah.
need all your 22, 25 players.
Players to do well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the Italians have had the first big chance already. Of course, I was offside. They have at least shown the initiative to get the ball rolling. Pranav, I don't want to banter you early on, but what 900 passes before a goal? What kind of record are we looking at?
I talking about passes. Let's not take Lucho for granted. He's been following the Barcelona way. And I think Spanish team has the most successful passes in
Yeah,
this
well,
tournament so far.
yeah, well,
I
okay,
hope that doesn't change against the Italians.
yeah. So, what do you think? I know a lot of you have made your predictions before the game. I know a lot of you have predicted Spain will go through or Italy will go through. But 6 minutes into the game, now the feeling really starts to boil up. So, I'm going to take this opportunity to ask you once again: who goes through, Pranav? Who goes through?
I'm not giving any predictions. Every time I've given predictions on Inspire, my team has lost.
And Fateh, who do you think is
I
going
mean, I
through?
think looking at the way the Spanish are passing, they're getting into the game. They are,
Yeah,
getting more comfortable on the ball. I
yeah,
expect penalties. I don't think we'll have a lot of goals. I think both the teams will cancel each other out. They're not going to risk it. I mean, yeah, Italy had some chances now, but I think you're going to see that slowly, slowly. I think Spain will keep the ball and Italy will be trying to get counters, but very few chances. I'm predicting a nil-nil, 120 minutes, and then you know, just
Are you
luck
sure
I,
you
to take.
want to go to
I hope for
penalties?
the love of God, I hope for the love of God that does not happen because we're
I know.
only in our second watch along at the fans pie, and to sit through a nil all draw, you know, I hope we can just fast forward to the penalties.
I think we'll have a few nasty tackles and probably some
Maybe a red card,
simulation.
never
I
know.
mean, yeah, I mean,
And you can see
simulation
on the
too.
screen. You can
Uh,
see on the screen. Um, Fateh, you must be happy looking at this kind of flag
absolutely,
coming up today.
absolutely,
It's coming to
absolutely.
Rome. Yeah,
And England fans were saying that no English fans have been allowed to travel to Rome. No Italian fans have been allowed to travel to Wembley. So it's only
right
the
back at you.
Italian diaspora,
Hmm.
here. But they say that the Italian diaspora it far outnumbers the number of Spaniards in England.
Yeah,
So I think
true.
probably the crowd is more pro Italy. So let's see how that affects the game.
I think too. I mean, I don't want to make an overstatement here. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But the thing is, if you look at if you look at Wembley Stadium, it's seen a lot of great matches. And if you look at the crowd in UK, they there are a lot of ardent followers of football, right? So I think if you have a look at it traditionally, there have been a lot of Italians, in the game right now who've come to England, who've played against teams in England, who've played at Wembley, whereas the Spanish side is fairly a newbie. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
players are playing their first tournament. So there will be some fans actually rooting for Italy because
yeah, absolutely. I know what you mean. I mean, Chelsea has Italians.
yeah,
Manchester United sadly doesn't, but Chelsea and I think Jorginho and I heard somebody say that I don't know. Vineet will tell me, but somebody said that
Rocket,
Jorginho
yeah,
could win the
he
Ballon
might win the
d'Or
match.
if he. No way, no way. I think Messi wins the Copa and gets it.
If he does. And by the way, it's funny that you do mention the Copa. I think uh, the Copa America semi-finals do take place today.
Oh,
Argentina play
Today
Colombia
morning.
today morning. So I mean, basically tomorrow morning. But we are
Yeah,
already into 12:40 IST. So today morning at about 5:30, if I'm not wrong, it's Argentina versus Colombia and Spain.
6:30. Yeah,
Every time I see, there was this tweet. There was this tweet. I think it was I don't know who. I think it was Chilean who said it, if I'm not wrong. Where he said that I think Bonucci knows him better than his wife. I think there was something like that. It's quite true because I've always seen them as a pair. I've never seen them alone. And they look so alike.
yeah.
Honestly, they look so alike.
And I think that's the point. I mean, Euro 2012, when these two teams met in the final, Chilini went
Yeah.
off injured very early, I think.
So it's,
And
it's
that
it's a game of
totally,
revenge. It's a game of revenge today
yeah,
for the Italians.
I don't know. I think maybe Pranav will correct me. I think it was Chilini who got injured, and then Spain just went
I
into
think
overdrive and scored.
Bata started scoring. I think he scored
Yeah,
the first.
yeah, but I think it was Chilini who got injured or something like that happened. We had a maybe at 1-0 or 0-0. I mean, it was very early in the game, somewhere around the
Yeah,
10-minute mark, and that sort of just did Italy in.
I mean, the
But
2012 final, yeah, the 2012 final was, I think, the only final in the last 8 years, if I'm not wrong. The only final in the last 8 years where it actually didn't feel like a final. I mean, I,
yeah,
I
it didn't
don't
feel
want
like a final.
I don't want to disrespect Fateh here, but I mean, it felt like a group stage game. The way Spain were playing, they were playing
So
without any pressure at all.
That's the thing. The manager Prandelli for the very first match when we played Spain, Spain had won Euro 2008, the World Cup 2010. They were the favorites, and he played a 3-5-2, and that match ended in a 1-1 draw. And
Yeah,
for the final, Prandelli changed to a 4-3-3, whereas he should have played the 3-5-2. Bonucci, Cellini, and Barzagli at the back three that Conte used to win the league, and he changed in the final. And he said, no, we'll play our game, 3-5-2. And in that first match, De Rossi played as centre back, and he was
yeah,
so good. And I think the Italians sort of forgot that, oh, almost. And I think the Italians should have been more cynical, played 3-5-2, tried to cancel the Spanish out, but they didn't
yeah.
do that. And it was a very disappointing final. I mean, I
Very
did not
disappointing.
expect
Because
Italy to
I
concede
mean,
so many goals.
The Spanish fans that day, they would have celebrated like
I
like an
think it
actual
was the
win.
game.
It was
Yeah,
a
the game was
dominating
over
win.
by halftime. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I think it was 3-0 left. I'm not wrong by half time.
yeah. I
yeah.
think
2 or 3.
That was a horrible final, and it was so un-Italian. Like Italy lost the 1970 World Cup 4-1 to Brazil, but that was a very special Brazil team. Not to say that the Spanish team wasn't special, but
Yeah,
still to see the Italians make a final
they
and then
crumble like
not
that.
even put in a
Exactly.
fight, yeah, crumbling like that. And Prandelli was a great coach, but I think that was his undoing right there, where he wanted to attack the Spanish, whereas you should never do that, especially when they managed to keep the ball up so well. Even now, I
And
think Italy, if
in
the game is played,
2016,
yeah,
in 2016, he went out on penalties. So again, it was all about not taking chances.
yeah,
It was all about
that
not
was
taking
a.
chances, and then I I,
I
I
think
I
that was a
remember
game where,
I
yeah,
remember watching
8-7 or
Simone
something.
Simone Zaza do the
Zaza,
ballet dance.
especially brought in for the penalty in the 120th minute, and he blasted it over. But that
Then
was, I mean, I think that was a match that Joachim Low probably did very well in. I mean, he
yeah,
mirrored Conte, he cancelled Italy out, and we didn't have a bench. We didn't really have a lot of talent. So, I mean, there was nothing that Conte could have done. No blame on him. Um, but that was a very good Italy team, and we did have our revenge against the Spanish because we knocked them out in the second round, if Pranav recalls, at Euro 2016.
yeah,
So,
2020,
yeah, yeah. It
I
was
don't
it was.
think
I think that was that wasn't that the match where Conte he jumped on the bench. I think if I'm
yeah,
not wrong.
I
I think
yeah,
that
think
was
yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah,
game.
yeah.
I think we had a question. I started about the machine just as it. So you can see
Manchi-
these
Mancini is
tweets.
always Mancini's always had a sense of fashion. He's always been impeccably dressed at Man
Yeah.
City, at Inter, Lazio, everywhere he goes. I mean,
I think we had a question. Who's yeah,
who is Chinmay supporting today? That is the question.
well, I listen. The Italians are to they're very strong favorites now for the tournament, and I would normally say Spain because of course to avoid facing the Italians,
So
but
easier for
but
England to
no no
play
but no
Spain.
but again if Spain get to the final, it means that they would have put a performance here, and if they put a performance here, then England ought to be very scared again because
Very scared.
a team who can beat
But
Italy can easily
I
decimate
think
England.
again Spain suits England because England also play. They've not conceded a goal.
Yeah,
5 men at the
which
back, very
which I
very
think
compact at the
will
back.
change tomorrow. Which I think will change tomorrow. I think we will concede our goal tomorrow.
I don't think so. I think, I don't think, I don't know why. I
No,
have
but
a feeling that England might not even concede a goal till the final, and that will be the
no, but
one goal that
Fateh,
they'll.
Fateh and Pranav, if you have a look at the fact, before I came on for this for the watch along, I was just thinking to myself, if you have a look at the last Euros, Portugal did not have a very good group stage, right?
Yeah,
Italy have had a good group stage. England have had a fairly good group stage. Denmark didn't have
Spain
a good
did.
group stage. Spain didn't have a good group stage.
Spain did.
So it might just be that kind of story again because you still got two teams who haven't had a very good group stage and they're in the semis. So it could be that kind of story. Like you turn up to the important games and then you win, and that is probably a foul. And Sergio Busquets.
And our boy Barella.
Yeah,
So I mean, I think more than Portugal not having a group stage, the lesson that I learned from Euro 2016 and the World Cup 2018 was that very tight defenses for that 1 month will win you the tournament. Like if you are very good defensively, Portugal
true.
didn't have a great midfield. They didn't have. I don't think Bernardo Silva was in the Euro 2016 team.
No,
Was he?
no, he
I
wasn't.
don't.
It was no,
Yeah,
no,
I
it
mean
was. It
that
was.
midfield,
It was Ricardo
you will not be
Quaresma
able to name.
and
Yeah,
Renato
Correct.
Sanchez.
there was
Nani
this
was
one
there.
Nani and
Nani, and
Charisma, of course.
they played. That midfield was it was nothing special, but that defense was very special. And
Exactly.
similarly, France at the World Cup 2018 had a very good defense. They were very stingy. Argentina put three past them, but Other than that, they were very stingy. And this
Yeah, I mean,
Euros too,
they won the
England
quarters
have
2-0.
shown,
Yeah, they
yeah,
won the quarters 2-0. They won the semis
2-0.
1-0.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So
very
I mean,
well.
and so if so if you get the defense right in these big tournaments, you will do well. And I think that's something that Gareth Southgate has done, and the Spanish have not so far.
Hmm.
You think that the Italians will do it, but
Yeah.
let's see. I mean,
We needed Ramos for this game.
Well, you could have called him. I mean, the English fans here. FYI, I know some people might not be switching their sounds on for the that was my pet. It reminds me of the yeah. The comparisons will never end. Yeah. Yes, I mean, as I was saying, I know there's a lot of people who might not turn their sounds on, while watching the game. But for your information, the English fans are currently singing "It's Coming Home" at Wembley Stadium. So, I mean, I don't know what kind of banter this is, but what are they trying to prove at the game between Spain and Italy? And I mean, look, Italy have honestly, my assessment, Fateh, my assessment, they struggled in the first 20 minutes. I don't think
yeah,
the Italians, I don't think the
yeah.
Italians have played, and Mancini looks pissed. Mancini looks
But
pissed.
this is how I think this is how we expected the game to go. Spain will have the ball, and
Yeah,
Italy will only be looking for counters. And I think that is
for
why I
counter.
said that 120 minutes and nil nil
Yeah,
because uh, I mean Spain have dominated the ball, but I don't think any real chances. Donnarumma hasn't
yeah,
had a save to make,
yeah.
so I mean, but it's this that sort of really scares me. Like a counter against Italy.
The midfield battle, the midfield, and that's a foul. Verratti, Verratti, getting caught out. As soon as the English fans, they started chanting "It's coming home." The Italian and Spanish fans, I think the only time they will come, together today, they started whistling loudly, and that's a
Oh,
chance, and that's an open goal,
what are they
and
doing?
that's an open goal, that's an open
What are they
goal,
doing?
and he just missed an open goal. I mean, there were defenders, but he just missed an open goal. The Italians have
How can
missed
you
an open
not take
goal.
a? How can you not shoot? Like this
Well,
is the second time Barella has done that.
the Spanish keeper must be thanking his gods right now because he's already messed up once, and
See, he
this
should
is the second time. He should have taken a shot.
shoot.
He should
Yeah,
have.
he should
He
have
should have
taken a
faced it.
shot at least.
Yeah.
He should have at least taken the shot.
Sent Azpilicueta to the floor
Oh God.
and then got sent back. So look, the fans by now we've started conducting watchalongs. We do want fans to join us. Yeah, we do want fans. The fans by is all about getting fans' opinions on. So it would be great if we could get more interaction from the fans. It would, to get more people watching the show, to have more reactions, more opinions on something going on in the world of football.
Yeah,
So
and
I
where
think
are our
it's
boys, Sorodeep and
yeah,
Advait and Samar? Where are they?
that's Michael. Yeah, that's yeah, I did watch it. Did watch an
Yeah,
RCB in Chelsea. I think it's Ankit, so I'm going to prefer saying Ankit now. He basically has heroes have from home. Yeah, yeah. Well, he's right in a way because the Euros has never come home. But when I said this on the group me and Fateh are part of, I'm going to say this again. This is not a load of bullshit. Let me assure you that. But I think when an English fan says it's coming home, I think it's more of a feeling. It's more of feeling of summertime going on, football games in the evening, sit down, relax, watch with the family. That is the kind of feeling when we say it's coming home. And to watch England play at the tournament. If England wins 1-0 in the 95th minute against Ecuador, we will still say it's coming home. So it's just a feeling.
yeah.
And While I have been speaking, the Italians have made quite a few long passes and a few scary passes. Oh, that's a good ball. And that's outside. Yeah, that's not a good ball. That's not a good ball.
And we haven't seen Chiesa in this game. I mean, he's not had an impact 22 minutes in. And how many times have we mentioned Chiesa? So I mean, I think all the joy has been down the left, and that's
Yeah.
where Spinazzola probably is being missed. But then I think so far Emerson's done okay.
Yeah, I mean he hasn't had any errors or any chances going up
Yeah,
against him. So I think he's doing well in that aspect. Oh, that was a good chance, and then they miss again. The Italians, they're missing chances. The Spanish team are not creating chances, and the Italians are not taking their chances. It's a game of backward chess. That's what I would say.
Spain is at 70% of the possession. Italy only 30%. Only
Sounds
50
like a game
passes
of
for Italy, I think.
sounds like a game of
Yeah,
FIFA 21. Sounds like a game of
yeah.
FIFA 21. You have 70% possession, but it's still 0-0.
0-0. Yeah. And I think this is how at least I expected this. Like Spain will have the ball, they'll dominate the ball. But again, that Barella chance, I mean, those are the kind of half chances that we need
It
to
was a
take.
full chance, more than a full
Yeah,
chance.
I mean, if you get the first goal and make the Spanish come forward, I think Italy will even create even more chances. But that first goal has to come.
And according to you, that first goal will not come. So
Yeah,
I'm a
because
bit
I
scared here. I'm a bit scared here.
yeah,
I'm a big fan of
but
football, but staying up, till 3:30 to watch 5 minutes of exciting football, you know. And we have a semi-final tomorrow too, so it's
yeah.
just I need to schedule the sleep.
I prefer this match to be won by Italy ASAP. Actually, like that is what my heart wants. And
Yeah,
then all the drama to happen tomorrow. Like let let
no
there be
drama.
cards, let there be
No.
penalties, let there be
And
oh,
Spain.
and like
Ooh, ooh,
ooh, what a
good save
chance!
for
What a save!
Donnarumma. Good save for Donnarumma. First save.
First save.
Pranav,
Yeah.
you're gonna be happy looking at this,
Oh,
Pranav.
wow.
Yeah, you're gonna be happy
I'm
looking at
just
this.
lagging a bit.
Yeah, it's okay. You're gonna be happy looking at this.
And they went right through the center. So that's worrying.
Joshua, with the comment. Both playing amazing football. True. Joshua, if you could give a comment on who you think is going to win the game, if you could give us a comment or a prediction on who you think is going to take this one. I mean, if we do still have him, yeah, it was a good chance, right? It was a good chance. Uh, a misplaced long ball by Donnarumma, and he had to face it. So Italy, he's going for Italy. So Pranav, you know who not to talk to. Joshua's not on your side. You look at the midfield battle, and I'm going to be honest here as a football fan. Whatever I understand, Spain's winning the midfield battle, and I don't think a lot of people predicted that to happen. That Spain's winning the battle the first 26 minutes at least. So I think if Mancini does not want to go the Fateh way, if he wants to win in 90 minutes, I think he will have to change quickly at half time, or say the 40th minute onwards, because Italy are looking for the counter attack. True Fateh, but I don't think Spain will let them get away if they do get one goal in. And again misplaced. I don't know what Genre was doing. And that's another
Oh,
chance.
is that a
And
foul?
no, that's not. Well,
He's asking for a foul.
you said
So
simulation. You said the word simulation, and he
yeah,
got
no. So in
simulation.
Italian and in Italian, generally in general parlance, it is said that semi-finals are not about putting on a show. It's just about getting to the final.
And
So
which
you
is true. Which is true. Which
yeah.
is
So
true.
I mean, that is why I
Fair
think
point.
Mancini. I don't think there'll be changes in at halftime. Probably somewhere around the 70th minute, we'll probably see Locatelli come on for whichever midfielder is tired. I expect perhaps Verratti will be off because Barella is a tireless runner. He'll keep running throughout the 120 minutes. So, and I hope both the teams have practiced their penalties. And there was a very interesting statistic that at a major tournament, no team manages to win two penalty shootouts consecutively. Like Spain have
And
already beaten, I think, the Swiss.
Switzerland. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Switzerland
think
could
no
not do it.
team sort of
Switzerland could not do it.
Switzerland could not do it, and even England have failed. Where the first penalty shootout they win, the second Euro '96, France they beat. I think they beat France in
And we lost to
quarterfinals, and then
Germany. Yeah.
semi-finals lost to Germany.
Gareth
And
Southgate.
so I mean,
I think Argentina has won twice, two penalty shootouts in 2014, if I'm not
But
wrong.
not in a row.
One
I
was
don't think.
against
2000,
Netherlands and
One was
2014,
in the
yeah,
one
and
was in the
Netherlands
semi-final,
lost. Did they
if
win
I'm
in the
not wrong.
quarters too on penalties
Was it the
against
quarters?
Belgium, or was it Switzerland? I don't know.
I think Netherlands won. I think
And
Netherlands
then
won
lost.
one penalty
Netherlands
shootout
won
where
the
yeah,
quarterfinal against
where
Costa Rica.
when
The
Louis Van
goalkeeper
Gaal
came on. Yeah,
famously he switched the
changed the
goalkeepers.
goalkeeper. Yeah,
Tim Krul came on, if I'm not wrong, and
yeah.
he lost against
yeah.
Argentina. So I think again
And
that
then he
record
lost against
was
Argentina.
broken. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, if we don't want to talk about football under Fanspire, you have to be updated on whatever's happening because you've got these stalwarts, talking to you about 2014, 2010. So always have to be updated. Spain, I feel very lucky in this show. Well, true. I think they were quite poor penalties. So the Spanish takers didn't know what to do, didn't know where to look. I think the
But their
Indonesian they
goalkeeper
won.
really put
Yeah,
the
well, he had
goalkeeper,
to.
the
Well, he
Spanish
had to.
goalkeeper, he
If he
yeah.
didn't, he would have had to retire because he already he gave in quite a performance against Croatia.
Yeah, against Croatia.
But he did save the game against
He did
Croatia.
save the game. So again, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did
Yeah.
pay for it. And oh, that's a good ball for Spain again.
I
Spain's
didn't
heading into
expect
some more.
Spain to be in the semi-finals. Like I thought Italy maybe quarterfinals or semi-finals will be out. I expected the French to be playing this match, so I
Yeah,
thought Italy no chance.
he's already coming
Maybe
on.
even out against.
I th- I
Oh
think
my
I
my
think
my.
I think he's already warming up.
Chiesa.
Yeah,
Yeah, Chiesa's gone. I think problems. This is
that's
a
for you
big
to
blow.
decide. That's for you to decide, Fateh. That's for you to decide.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a
Yeah,
fan of Berardi. I think
Pranav's dancing right now. Pranav's singing "It's Coming Home"
I said
to
I
Spain.
was
It's coming
scared
out to
of
Spain.
Chiesa before the game.
yeah, I
Yeah, he
mean
said
Chiesa. I think
he jinxed it. If Chiesa ever watches this live, sorry for Pranav jinxing it for you. I mean, the way he's carrying himself around, I don't think there is a problem. But let's see.
yeah, I mean he made that run.
He made that run exactly. Oof.
Immobile has been a bit of a letdown for Italy. I mean, he keeps
Do you do
scoring
you
for
see
Lazio.
do you see Berardi coming on fame movie? I mean,
No
just a
way.
question.
No, no, no.
Just a question.
That would mean Italy playing with a false nine and
First
no
nine.
forwards,
Yeah.
and that would be. I don't think so. I don't recall Mancini ever. Not
Playing
at
with
the
a first
clubs, but then
nine.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he's probably just warming up for,
Chinmay, who do you
or
want
is
to say?
that Chiesa has problems on the sidelines?
Yeah, but now he does. I think now he's looking. Chinmay, who do you want to play
Yeah,
in the finals? Um, uh, I want to win tomorrow, and then we can talk. Because if I say something here, and if we lose tomorrow, then that is the end of me and my stint on the fans fire. So I think I think let's just focus on tomorrow for now. Everybody's already, and this is something I don't like. Everybody's already talking about um, English fans,
England in the final.
yeah, in the final.
Yeah,
Who will England want to face? And Schmeichel did the right thing by saying, "Has it ever come home?" Because it hasn't. I think they should put a break. And Spain with a chance, and wayward effort should not have done that. That is inexperience. That's what I think. That is inexperience talking. He wanted to have a little go at Donnarumma. He could have put another player in, but
that's
decided
where we
to.
need Morata
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
at
What?
this position,
Yeah,
at such positions.
I mean, Okay, if that's what you want, okay.
He's been
No,
the
I
best
think this
player.
is a very good move. Even though he may have initially started off very slowly, but that goal against Croatia. But I think this is a very good move by Luis Enrique because Morata is known to Bonucci and Cellini, whereas this
Yeah,
is a completely different challenge. And he's already shown, the forward, the Spanish forward has already shown that, I mean, with that chance against
oh
Donnarumma.
no, yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, I
And
think,
I think
and
I think a
maybe
lot of
we'll
people
see
are not
Morata
noticing.
later on in the game.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. A lot of people are not noticing,
You
and
test it.
Morata can actually come on for the last 10,
yeah,
20 minutes and
yeah,
bring
absolutely.
and bring
Fresh
a little bit of
legs
flair.
against
Yeah,
and fresh
bring,
legs against a very old, aging defense. I mean,
yeah,
And we've seen how well Aspilicueta and Morata can.
yeah. They combine. Yeah,
Even in
true.
Chelsea.
Yeah, but I don't know if you would see Chelsea because I have a few
Oh,
fans
I
who
that
will
think
was a
all
support
the
flop.
goals he's scored in his last season were assisted by Aspilicueta.
will as if
How much
Paqueta.
ever it is.
Yeah, well, I think what two, three, how many? But jokes aside, he's a great striker. I mean, everybody has bad spells, and that is a goal kick. 34 minutes gone. As if Paqueta. We were just talking about him, the leader.
And that was a very good move. And I think Italy are just trying to be they're overcooking, the
Yeah,
final thing. I mean, look at this. Like,
I don't think he need to do the turn and dance. I
yeah,
think he
absolutely.
could have
Put
put
the
him in.
ball in, cross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're not taking your advice, Fateh, and they are actually going on for a show here. I I
Yeah.
mean
And that's
that
what
is where they
Prandelli
might
did
lose it.
and that's what Prandelli, did wrongly at Euro 2012 at the final, because we had held Spain, and you don't have to put on a show. You just have to, that
Win.
one
You have to
chance
win.
that you get.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just have to win. And this is where, the choice of not taking, say, Moise Keane and Balotelli. I mean, even Balotelli, even though he plays in the second division, he was being talked about.
yeah.
But obviously, okay, I understand that, that ship
Yeah,
has
you
sailed.
understand.
Yeah, but then you need that striker, who gets that one chance and he scores. And with Immobile this tournament, it hasn't felt like that. At least not the last match. I mean, I think he was so poor against Belgium.
Yeah.
And Belotti came on for him, and it wasn't as if Belotti was anything better. So, I mean, this Italian team really struggles, I think, in the striker department.
It's been an okay game so far.
Yeah,
An okay game. Yeah. Um.
No one wants to take that risk.
So exactly.
yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of game you don't want to miss. So I mean, if you have something to do in the morning, if you do stay up in the night watching Netflix or talking to people at night, I think you can probably say goodbye to them because this is a game you don't want to miss. But this is also the same game where you can probably say that you know what, I'm going to switch the TV off for 5 minutes. Let's just take a break from the game because there's not a lot of things happening, whereas there are a lot of things happening. Anything can happen with the game, and that is the definition of tournament football. And the Italians on a counter attack, and again,
Oh,
oh, that's a foul.
that's not a
Oh, that's
foul.
not a foul. That's not a foul.
But again, what a bad decision not to pass.
I could have just passed it. Could have just passed it.
And this referee has actually not been giving fouls. He's allowed the
This
game
foul,
to,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
think it's the same
flow.
referee.
Yeah,
We don't see this referee in a lot of places. It's Felix Bright, right? If I'm not wrong,
yeah. I
it's
mean,
him.
he's
Yeah,
very
he's
experienced.
yeah. We've seen
Champions
him
League.
in the final against the we've seen him in the Barcelona Liverpool game where he had that thing with Messi, give them respect, give them respect. We've seen him in a lot of occasions, big occasions, and I can't say that he's always been 100% with the fans, but you know, I want to get to know your opinions on this, both of you, because you support two powerhouses, and not only in international football but in club football too. Um, in Inter Milan for Fateh and Barcelona for Pranav, if I'm not wrong, right? I think could you probably tell me what are your thoughts on referees being mic'd up?
I think it's good. I mean, I think they should be in contact with the linesmen and VAR, and that is good. But for me, the problem with VAR is that it sort of stops the game, and even where you would not technically call a foul or a penalty,
Yeah,
on TV with that stoppage, it looks like it's a bigger foul than it actually is. So I mean, I think that is something that is the only thing that I have a problem with VAR, and somehow, but then technology, you can't wish it away anymore. It's
you
not going
can't.
to
Yeah,
go away. We are going to have to get used to that. But there's so many soft penalties being called these days. I mean, it punishes defenses, and that's, as a fan of an Italian team, I like good defensive football. So I have no problems with nil nils, and I've seen so many nil nils in my life.
yeah,
So I mean, I have a problem with defenders getting over harshly punished for even the
hmm,
smallest of infractions. And I think
yeah,
that was the game between Sweden and Ukraine, where that guy got him on the follow through. But in
and
reality,
still,
it was not a foul. But then on VAR, it seemed like a red
you
card. That's another chance.
just blasted that wide. Yes, so I mean, my question was, number one about VAR, but I want to ask you your thoughts on if I say a referee should probably be mic'd up and all of his, whatever he talks about can be heard to the fans and everybody on
Hmm.
television and telecast. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think that happens in rugby, Chinmay,
Okay,
and I love
and it
rugby for
happens
that.
and it happens in Australian football too. Australian the
Football.
football,
Yeah,
the
so
Australian league.
I know about rugby because I love watching rugby, and I've seen that happen, and that's fantastic. And I think
I think
it's a
players. I think the fans will actually get to know
yeah,
what's going through.
absolutely, absolutely.
the mind
And
of a
some days ago we were discussing that infamous 2009 semi-final between Chelsea and Barcelona,
ref.
and so I mean something like that. I think when you can hear the referee,
Yeah,
uh,
I mean, yeah,
I think,
exactly.
yeah, I'd love for that technology to be there in football where we can hear the referee.
Yeah, yeah. Agree with you. Agree with you. Cannot agree more.
This has been as you mentioned, Inter Milan and Barcelona. This is pretty much Inter Milan versus Barcelona, Barella versus Busquets,
Yeah.
and Barella is a talent. He did so well under Conte this season.
Hmm.
Even last year, I think. I mean, he's the heart of our midfield, along with
Yeah.
Brozovic, and fantastic player. I mean, his engine. He'll keep running for 120 minutes, and I expect. I don't know how long we'll be able to keep him. He grew up an
Yeah.
Inter Milan fan, but this is also a player who, and he doesn't get injured a lot. So I mean, this is a player I think a lot of EPL teams will be after very soon.
Yeah.
Very
You're true.
dynamic,
But he
end to
shouldn't
end, box
forget
to
Pedri.
box.
He's played so much this year and playing 240 minutes in the last two games, being a 19-year-old. I think he has
Who?
really overachieved. Pedri.
Pedri. Oh, absolutely. I think everybody's talked about Pedri. I mean, that he's one of those talents
I
that
mean, the only thing I can
future.
hope for, the only thing I can hope for, and don't get me wrong here, Pranav, but I don't want Pedri to be so overhyped that he actually feels his own potential. That is the only thing I'm hoping with Pedri because he actually got a lot of potential. Yeah, I think he was running the game for Spain against Croatia, if I'm not wrong, and last
Spain
game
and
too.
Barcelona both.
Yeah,
He's been there for all the games consistently, putting in 90 minutes in every game for Barcelona and then coming in Spain. And then he probably will go for Olympics too. Right?
yeah,
Being a 19-year-old playing all these games,
Zero attempts by Italy and zero on target.
it's a game like that, isn't it?
So Barcelona have Pedri, De Jong, and Busquets in midfield.
Busquets. Yeah.
And
It's a
they've got
fantastic
more
midfield.
players coming up. No money. Puig is coming up. Pjanic is still there. I mean, there are reports
Yannick,
that he will
Ricky
leave. There are reports he will leave, but Pjanic is still there.
Wijnaldum
Pjanic
Coutinho,
should
is
have
not.
been there.
where is Coutinho? Where is Coutinho? Isn't he
He's been
still at
resting
Bars?
in the. He's still in Barcelona preparing his medicals for Everton.
Everton?
Yeah, there's a high chances of him joining Everton, and there's a
And
high
guys,
chances that Barcelona might sell him for a lot much lower price
yeah,
because
well,
of
of
the
course,
wage bill issue they've been
I,
going through.
I don't think Everton's paying 150 for Coutinho.
50 max.
Why
I,
don't you
I
sell
I
him
had
to
no idea about this rumor. I think Coutinho can. I, I mean, as an ex Liverpool player to
honestly?
go to Everton with Rafa Benitez
Honestly,
at the same time, what a
not happening.
rivalry that's going to be.
Joshua, not happening because as reports are coming out, even Locatelli's said no to Arsenal about like 1 hour back or something. That's the reports which came out.
No,
So
But to give,
Locatelli
I
always
see
wanted
that
to go to Juventus. I mean,
yeah,
the coach of Juventus already wants to make him the heart of the Juve midfield. So
you will
it's
midfield.
it'll take a massive salary and massive uh, offer to Sassuolo to actually make him move to Arsenal. So I don't think that will happen at all.
Cost is paying becoming a Santla. But yeah, well, we've all seen the reports today, haven't we, Ankit? We've all seen the reports. A lot of reports that new signings cannot be registered, old signings, and the biggest thing is, although Messi has agreed his contract, he still hasn't signed one yet because of this. So he's technically still a free agent. So imagine Pep Guardiola giving him a call tomorrow morning and saying, you know what, come over to Manchester.
So basically next year Barcelona are likely to play De Jong, Pedri, Busquets midfield with Depay, Aguero, and Messi up front.
no, I think
Oh, hit the post. Ooh, sheesh. But this is proper tournament football. I mean, I can't say I'm bored
It's offside.
because it's proper tournament football. I think when the final ball was played, he was on. So I think
Yeah.
he would have counted. It would have counted, but it didn't. It's okay.
Look at Immobile though. He was going towards the far post. There was no chance of a cross landing to him. So I mean,
Yeah,
he should have been attacking the near post there.
should have.
I mean, Immobile has been, I think, easily contained, and that's a
Mm.
problem for Italy. Strikers are just not dangerous. And
Yep.
can you actually win a tournament without a striker? Like, I don't know. I mean, England has Harry Kane. Dolberg, I think,
still
has done very well for Denmark the last two games. But I mean, Immobile
Halftime.
started okay, but yeah,
talking
It is
about more
halftime.
strikers,
Um,
Spain had gone through with it for 4 years continuously. 2008 to 2000. I think they did not play a striker in 2010 World Cup
no, I mean, I
final.
think you had David Villa in the
No,
2010
he was
World Cup.
playing on the left wing and Fabregas was
Yeah, but
playing as number 10.
yeah, the, yeah, but then David Villa was a proper striker who was in that formation playing elsewhere. But there was a real threat that Villa, you give him a chance, he's going to score. But with Italy, that's not there. I mean, we're very toothless going forward. We were toothless in the last match also. The goals came from Insigne and Barella. Immobile was nowhere, and Immobile these 45 minutes also he's been nowhere.
well, I think listen, halftime 0-0. I'm not very happy with Italy. I don't think Mancini will be happy with Italy. They've been absolutely smothered by Spain. And I think the problem with Spain is that they haven't been taking their chances, right? Um, I,
Yeah,
I think Spain could have taken their chances, but they didn't. I think what happened is because of the way Italy have lined up, because of the way Italy have lined up, I think Spain have been able to get three midfielders on Barella. So as soon as Barella gets the ball, three midfielders on him, and then Chileni and Bonucci have been left alone. So I'm wondering, Mancini he might need to make some changes. If I was Mancini, I would be looking to change things over right away. Jorginho is not going to work. I don't. He's not working at the moment. At least he's not working at the moment. Emerson
He's
needs to
been
get up.
overwhelmed by Busquets.
But I think, do you risk it? I mean, if you're Mancini, there's been one proper chance for Spain, that save from Donnarumma. But the other chances, I don't think they've been that dangerous. And I think Italy will be happy defensively, and that's something that we expected. Going forward, I think we've been trying the Hollywood pass or the Hollywood, the angle. We should have taken those, especially that Barella and that Insigne chance that they had, the half chance where they didn't even take the shot. So other than that, I don't think Mancini will risk it. I think whatever changes we'll see, because they have on their heads, they have this idea that, okay, penalties, so you don't want your players
Yeah.
to, don't want to make too many early changes. Stamina, fatigue, all of that will play a role. It's late in the tournament. It's been a COVID-induced rushed season. So I mean, I don't think Mancini will risk it just yet. Probably around the 68th minute mark, and it will be like for like changes. We might see Belotti, we might see
They might.
Berardi, who
Might. Yeah.
was warming up, yeah, and maybe Locatelli, but there'll not be any formation change, no tactical change. I think we'll keep at it. So expect to be bored even more, Chinmay,
Hmm.
unless Morata comes on and then he changes the game, or somebody on the Spanish bench.
So I think it is half time. I really want to sum it up. I really want to sum it up, but I don't think there is enough to sum it up. that is the feeling I'm getting. I think Pranav will be the happier one out of both of you. And I think we'll take a break now, and we will be back. It is a watch along, of course, for the first semi-final of the European Championship, and we'll be back soon enough. So, Fateh, we've had our snacks, we've had a break, and we hope for a good game of football, a good second half of football. And welcome back, basically, to the Fanspire for the second half of Italy versus Spain. Let me be honest, it does not matter which team you support. I don't care, if you support um, France or Portugal or Belgium, does not matter. It's the semi-final of a European Championship. Does not get bigger than this, at least in the Euros. Um, and it's Italy versus Spain, so it's huge. You can already see, the Italians are discussing some tactics in the tunnel, and it's going to be a good game. That's all I can say. We are not joined by Pranav, at least now. I think might be some connectivity issues. But Fateh, tell me your thoughts before the second half starts.
I expected this to be a KG affair. It has been. I expect the next 45 to be the same, unless until there is one moment of magic from somebody. Somebody pulls out a goal. Maybe the game will open up. But other than that, I expect another 45 minutes where both the teams want to sit back. The fear of not conceding. It's a semi-final, and at times you just wonder when you watch a game like this. What if you take the risk? What if you go for it? Wouldn't you be better off? But who's going to risk it? I don't think Mancini is. You've seen, I don't think any changes. Luis Enrique has made no changes. So I think it's very clear from both the managers. We're going to be very defensive, very cagey. The first idea is not to concede, and then maybe whatever happens on the counter.
I was watching a little bit of myself because I I love to do that. So I was just going through the Instagram page of the Fanspire, where you can check out what I have had to say on the preview of Italy versus Spain. So you can check that out. Uh, we keep on posting stuff on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube.
But see, Gareth Southgate will be watching this defensive performance, and he'll be telling his boys that more of the same.
Listen,
But
tomorrow at least. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And they have that game changer, as I keep saying, in Harry Kane up front. That big man who, you give him a chance, he's going to take it. And I just wish Italy had somebody like that. And we've always produced some fantastic forwards. I mean,
You too.
and it's so amazing that we aren't producing. Even in the under 21s. I mean, there's one name, Raspadori. But other than that, there's really no talent. I mean, you look at our Euro 2016 team, Eder and Pele playing up front. World Cup
Graziano Pelle,
2018,
yeah.
we didn't get there. Yeah, I mean, it's these are not names that I mean, Italian football has been synonymous with good defenses, but also very good forwards. And we don't have that the last 7-8 years, in fact. And I think the last proper Italian forward was Balotelli at Euro 2012 with that performance against the Germans, and he never
Yeah.
built on it, because why me or Super Mario Balotelli? He was loco, he was crazy, and we haven't
Yeah.
produced a proper striker in these last 10 years, and I think
Yeah.
that's really hurting us.
Understands it. Yeah. Well, I think the tempo of the game, the tempo of the match is good. I don't think it's a boring game. I just think it's been down to, I think it's down to lack of taking chances by Spain and Italy just not, not getting into the midfield battle so far. But I don't think it's been a boring game so far. I wouldn't call it boring.
Well, you're an England fan. You've had much more boring games than these.
Yeah. England, gone here to Italy. Everybody, it's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. Free light. Oh yeah, it just keeps on playing on my mind.
You should make it your ringtone.
It cross comes in and it's headed away. Good turn by Emerson. The referee said no. Dodgy refereeing. Dodging refereeing. Oh, football. Ooh,
Oh,
never know.
I think if there are statistics, I would like to know how many touches of the ball Immobile has had,
Immobile.
and has he even had a touch inside the Spanish penalty box? I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
I don't
I
think
don't think
he's
so.
even gotten there. Yeah. So I think if there's one area that you can look at and say that the Italians are really struggling, it's an attack. And without a good attacker or that, can you actually win this tournament or this game? I mean,
Spain on the attack. Danny Olmo, it's a good cross. It's a good cross. Ooh! To Lorenzo does very good on the back post. And that could have easily gone in. Um,
yeah.
great defensive awareness to get that away. Think, think about gaming. You know, I asked if we could start a gaming series with Fanspire. But it's not really a lot, and there's just too much of football to miss right now. Oh, that was a chance. I I actually thought the camera angle is so
Yeah.
shit. The camera angle is so shit. I thought there was a goal. I thought there was a goal there.
The camera angle reminds me of, and I don't know whether Joshua is watching this, but Arsenal used to play at Highbury,
Hmm.
and the camera, every cross that went in, what card is that? That's a yellow for Busquets. Interesting. And if anybody's seen a match at Highbury, every cross felt like it was a goal. It didn't
There
even
was a goal.
matter how far the ball was, and that was. I used to be so scared whenever a team I was supporting played at Highbury. But what a stadium that was! I mean, some English stadiums now you've all built these new swanky stadiums,
Hmm.
but there were there were so many special stadiums in England. These small stadiums, Craven Cottage, Highbury.
Let's start a good gaming series. With the Fanspire. We can start FIFA or F1. We can start off something because after the Euros, it's so sad that there are only three games. Two after this in the Euros. Then we're all done till August. Oh, what a chance! Busquets, Busquets. You could have Busquets. It comes back over the edge of the box. I like I I can't take it away from him because that was very good. That was good technique by Busquets. He could not have done better. Mancini hasn't changed it. If he has, it hasn't worked so far because it's still Spain, Spain, Spain. Instantly, now it's become a bit end to end, maybe gone wild for no reason. Perena, Chiesa, good shot, Chiesa, good shot and good save. Good shot and good save.
That's the first save that the Spanish keepers had to make. I think all game.
Uh,
But it's never going in from that angle.
that was a good chance. It was a good save. That's the way it's going on.
but I don't think it was ever going to go inside, like in the goal from that
Yeah.
angle. And this is very worrying, like as Spain get more comfortable and that chance for Busquets. I mean, I can see the smile on Pranav's face. There's more confidence, I think, with the Spanish fans than the Italian fans right now.
They are passing very well right.
Yeah. 2 Danish fans get to travel tomorrow.
I will have to. I think it is.
It's pretty much like a home game for you, isn't it? That's why it's coming home. On the balance so far on these in these 55 minutes, are you as an England fan in any way scared of these two teams, like from what you've seen or not? Like I think you'll be
Till
confident.
now,
Like what you've
till
seen
now,
so
no.
far, Anna?
Till now, look. Till now, Italy's
Yeah,
gone into full defensive mode. Spain,
yeah.
they deserve to win this, but they haven't done anything to deserve that. So I think England should not be scared so far.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know if you will agree with me, Fateh, when I'm talking about this. But Spain can do this to England. Spain can keep the ball against
Yeah.
England, frustrate England,
Yeah.
and can win against England. Italy,
No.
I think England can actually break Italy with the kind of bench strength
Yeah.
we have. I think, but I think Spain are just masters.
Yeah.
They might not score themselves, but they'll at least not
So I
let
think,
England score. Yeah, go ahead,
yeah,
go ahead.
and I think England has options on the bench, but Italy doesn't have a striker that worries the English backline.
The opposition. Yeah.
Spain Spain probably will keep the ball, but then that's also good enough for Southgate. I mean, he is going to base it on a strong defense, so it doesn't hurt England. And that's the point. Like these are the big tournaments. You need that big forward. I mean, Ronaldo was that guy for Portugal at Euro
For
2016, even
Portugal.
though he got injured in the final. But then the Ronaldo threat was always there. And of all the 4 teams, I think the only threatening striker
Yes,
combination is
Harry Kane.
Sterling and Kane. And then
Yeah.
there's Jadon Sancho and whatnot to come. So I mean, and there's a counter now, and I think this is a great chance. Probably the goal that's coming.
Uh,
Oh, great block.
I mean, how many times have we seen this, Fateh? And Pranav, how many times have we seen this? The better team on the day has not won the game, and that is the only thing I think Pranav is scared of now. He thinks hostage. The fans quite hates buddies. As I'm saying, how many times have you seen the better team on the day not winning? I think Mancini
The
is
last
already thinking. I think Mancini is already thinking about maybe we might just do the Houdini act and get away with the win, and
The,
maybe
the
just
the next
maybe
goal, in my opinion, there's only one goal in this game, or there are no goals. So
yeah,
whoever
1-0 or 2.
scores,
Agreed.
yeah, I mean, whoever scores is going to win. Like the next goal, I don't see a way back for whichever team concedes. Especially if Italy concede now, the way the game's gone, I don't see a way back at all. So I think it's just keep.
Good
Spain
shot
has
from
been the
distance.
better team in
Good
all the
shot.
games so far.
Yeah, I think definitely Spain has been. They've had the better chances. They've kept the ball better. They've passed the ball better.
No, not only about the match, the entire tournament. If you see, Spain has
Yeah.
created the most chances, but and even scored the most goals. So that's how they're playing. And till the 70th and 80th minute, they are
No pace
always
at all.
fighting.
And if you don't have pace, does not matter. If you don't have pace, penalty. Come on, Berardi. Yes, it's still on, so Berardi is still on. Come on. And honestly, if I'm allowed to say this, Immobile's been so shit. Yeah? He's been so shit. I'd take Berardi on and Immobile off. Because, honest,
But then not playing with a striker, I don't think is the Italian way. I
it
think if
doesn't,
Immobile
doesn't,
goes
doesn't,
off,
doesn't look like it's anyways going the Italian way
yeah,
with the striker.
yeah. But I think if he takes off Immobile, I think we'll see Belotti probably around the 70th minute. He let Immobile run himself ragged into the ground,
Yeah.
and but it's not like Belotti is some world beater. I mean, right now the way he's been, ooh,
Good ball. Don't sleep on Spain. Don't sleep on Spain. Italy on the ropes. Donnarumma, Immobile, and he still doesn't have the pace. He doesn't have the pace. Chiesa in the box. Chiesa in the box. Oh, what a goal! 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 What a
oh
goal!
God,
What a goal! What a goal!
I wow, I did not expect that.
He was the Italian, the definitely Italian. Chiesa. You know who does it? Who does Fateh? Fateh who is it? Fateh who is it? It's Chiesa. Pranav. Who's
Chiesa.
Pranav scared of? Who was Pranav scared of? Chiesa. What was
And you
what
were just
was
talking about wow, you were talking about Immobile not having the pace, and I did not see that goal coming. I just didn't think that Italy had it in them. And just look at this counter: Donnarumma, Barella, and wow, Insigne. And that's a
well,
good pass to
well,
Immobile. Like
I think he does not get there. He does not get Immobile does
he
not
does
get
not
there.
get there
Chiesa and what is the keeper doing? The keeper could have saved that. The keep it's look, it is an amazing hit, but I think the keeper could have done better than that. But again,
because I don't think he expected this either. Like
great goal,
Italians
great
haven't
great
shot
goal,
all game, and wow, like what
magnifico.
a way to
I think
Magnifico.
again,
Totally. I mean, and suddenly, my
absolutely.
spirit has come back. I mean, I'm like, I was talking about Harry Kane and whatnot. Forget it, Chinmay. I mean, I think we'll get you too.
I think let me talk in a little bit of Italian. I think it is absolute great hit, great hit, and what a strike! What a strike! Like yes, beautiful,
Who has he
beautiful.
taken off?
Well, Chiesa was the
He
man who
better
was
not have.
supposed to go. He was the man who,
Has he
and
taken off?
Morata's come on
And on comes Morata.
after Morata.
And how poetic will be? How poetic will it be? If
He
Morata
took
scores
Immobile
against
on.
Union.
As you know, Fateh. I was talking about this. Put this on me. Immobile is gone off, and he's come on.
Yeah,
So Chiesa's on the
yeah,
left now.
absolutely. And
Chiesa's playing on the left
yeah,
now. Timo
amazing.
Morata's come on.
You called it.
Timo Morata. Yeah, Timo Morata's come on. So who's Morata come on? Who's Ferran Torres? Ferran Torres is out,
Ferran
and
Torres.
Morata's out. Great. Morata. Well, everybody wanted one goal. Everybody crying. They wanted one goal. They wanted one goal. Italy got it. Italy had one game plan. It was to do the counter, and but he
Yeah.
did it. He did it.
And his father went to Euro '96, though I think the only tournament that he went to, Chinmay.
He won it. Yeah.
He wasn't. He didn't play. That was a legendary Italian team. Arrigo Sacchi, this great Italian coach who made AC Milan into a European force. Then he took over the national team. We went to the final in '94, lost, and then we came to England in Euro '96 and we flopped. I mean, it's the typical Italian way, one good tournament, one bad tournament. And in that tournament, we played so well against the Germans in the last match,
Yeah.
played the Germans out of the park, and the Germans won that tournament. But because we needed to win, and I don't know, I think we dug ourselves into a hole, and Chiesa never played. And look at his son now. I mean, he's probably the star of this tournament. I mean, if it stays like this, amazing. But there's still 37 minutes left. Okay, calm down. No, not 37, like 27. I don't understand why Italian players are still flopping around and dropping to the ground when it's very clear the referee is not going to give you cheap free kicks.
I think Spain. Now I take the bias away from Fateh because of course he's very happy. Um, I think Spain. They just need to do whatever they've been doing and take the chance, and they're back in the game. Oh, ooh, what a goal!
Oh!
Ooh, ooh. I two
How can we
chances,
allow that chance?
two chances,
How
two
can we allow
chances,
that chance?
two chances. For him, two chances is missed, and if Spain go out, he should. He's the reason. He's onside. He's not even offside. Ah, come on. He's the reason. If Spain go out, he's the reason.
Oh God,
This is
uh, we can't defend. I mean, I think get the ball, break Spain's
and
rhythm right now.
that is exactly the reason I think Denmark or England would actually face Italy rather than Spain, because Spain will still defend. Italy are amazing, but they do look beatable with Italy.
Yeah,
Which-
but there's that old adage. I mean, if you want to lose, lose a semi-final, but just don't lose a final. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
matter how you play. If you're in the final, just has
just win it.
has to be won. Yeah,
Morata always has good hair. I don't know what gel he uses. He never uses it for heading, but he always has good hair.
maybe that's the alibi. The hair gel makes him miss
Oh,
chances, the
so
headers.
always. I mean, if someone granted me a wish, I would take Morata's head.
I think Joshua asked a question, park the bus now. But I think as Italy, we've been parking the bus for the. I mean, this is not going to work. All the chances that Spain are having, they're going to score inevitably. So, I mean, we've been parking the bus from I think the 15th minute onwards. But wow, I mean, I think fresh legs in the midfield, perhaps Verratti or in somebody midfield enforcer. Mancini needs to make something happen now because
Yeah,
the way this game is going now, Spain look like a team that's going to score.
Spain can do everything but finish. That's been
They've
a Spanish
scored the most number of
tournament.
goals.
That's just a joke. I mean, that's it. Come on, that's
They might have
scoring.
missed the most as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Morata. Ooh, fancy
Look
footwork.
at the number of
Alberto.
look at the number of Italian bodies that were around Morata. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Still Chiesa. Still Chiesa. Still Chiesa.
ऐसे तो नहीं होगा.
Ferrari. Oh, good save. That could have been a goal.
Oh, come
That could
on!
have been a goal. That could have been a goal.
Come on,
Italy on
that's
the
too
break. On the
cavalier.
break.
I
On the
mean,
break.
he had enough time to get it onto his favored left foot and then place it.
Just want to put this out. Mancini, you amazing manager, taking off the slowest person, in the team because he was immobile. You know, he was immobile the whole game, and now they've got pace on the break. Italy can put this game to bed in the next 5-6 minutes, and Spain can come back.
I hope. I mean,
Magnifico for the Italians.
I think all 11 men behind the ball.
Everybody who said Kiyoshi should not start should sit down, go home, stop watching football. Because Kiyoshi is the reason you're winning
Absolutely.
the
I think
game.
Chiesa. I think before the Euro preview show, I think I said that like if there's one player for Italy, it would be Chiesa. Like, and he wasn't starting at the start of the tournament. And it was so surprising to see Berardi playing in place of Chiesa.
Ooh, Barella saying he was fouled there. And
See,
Berardi,
he
well,
has
Berardi
time.
should have scored.
He has
Berardi,
time, to sort of
mm, look,
because
it's
his
typical.
right
He
foot
could
is
have
his
scored. Yeah,
yeah, his right foot is his weaker foot, so he had time to get it onto his left, position his body, and then place it.
yeah. And Moreno's on. And Mikel Oyarzabal's nightmare comes to an end. Sad day for the kid. And Cook is comes to
Koke is off.
Rodri.
Okay, with bags of experience, though. I mean,
Rodri with the Premier League medal. Let's see. Lads, it was a good game. I'm just happy, this
yeah, the
game does
games
not go
opened
to
up in the second
3:30
half.
a.m. Yeah, and this game
Yeah,
does not go to 3:30 a.m. Yeah,
yeah. I want the game tomorrow to go to three to till 3:30 a.m.
yeah, that's okay because we have 2 3
Not
days of
tonight.
rest. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a chance. So Italy could do it all right. Spain, Spain have possession more than Spain, Spain had more possession than the earth has water. Yeah, Spain had more possession than the earth has water, and they still haven't scored. You need to do something. Spain have played really well, but they haven't scored. What's the point?
the
You
referee
could,
did call
you
that a
could,
foul, right?
yeah, yeah, he did. You could
Yeah.
study for all the exams. Yeah, you can study for all the exams. You know, you can do all the hard work. But if you don't perform on the day of the exam, doesn't happen. That's what happening with Spain right now. I don't know what's happening. Another break again. Berardi, they've got to be very careful. Italy and they're getting away. And it's a throw. Yeah, it's a throw. It's a good work. Neat work. I think now Pranav's thinking, when will this Watchalong end? That is what Pranav's thinking right now. It's okay, Pranav. I think Spain do still have a chance. They do have one goal. Once you get the goal, I think Fateh will pipe down a little bit. Start thinking about how a semi-final exit will look on Mancini's TV. Just talking about Italians and
Whoa!
ooh, just talking about
See,
Italians
his
and
hands are up,
the
but
Italian
I
team.
mean,
Yeah, you
ever
can't
since
just watch
Italy
it.
scored the goal
Yeah,
defensively, and yeah, these changes make sense. But defensively, I mean, I think the Spanish have had good chances, and Italy is looking shaky.
really. Virat is coming out for Pessina. Virati always comes. I've never seen Virati complete a 90, 90 minutes in like 10, 10 games or something.
I think he was carrying an injury, and
Yeah, he was. I'm not doubting
yeah,
that.
I think so.
They were winning. Italy are winning ever since coming
This is
on.
a
Toloi. Toloi.
Toloi has been a very good player for Atalanta, and
They
I
have
mean, a lot
Miss
of us
Spinazzola.
expected him to start.
You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
Italians have Miss Spinazzola. I have to, I have to tell you that. Who do you think wins the Ballon d'Or?
I expect Messi to win the Copa and get
Ballon
it.
d'Or.
I mean, I think,
Okay, Pranav?
but again, he's had such a underwhelming.
Messi,
Barcelona have not won anything. I think so.
Yeah.
they won the Copa del Rey.
But I mean, if it's N'Golo Kante, the way he was in the Champions League was special. I mean, I did not expect him to boss Real Madrid the way he did, and I think that's very impressive. But I don't know whether they'll give it to him considering the way France went out. But again, like you said, who'll win the Ballon d'Or? For all you know, Harry Kane scores in the semi-final. He scored in the quarterfinal. He scores in the final, and because strikers generally win it, very rarely do you see midfielders
And he
or
had the highest. He had the most goals and assists in the Premier League.
oh, then yeah, absolutely. So this is his to lose really. He can win this tournament and have it.
England and Denmark tomorrow, guys. Just before I give my thoughts, you can look at the subscribe
Oh,
option.
KDB.
Yeah,
KDB is
KDB.
a good option, because KDB I thought was so good. I mean, the moment Man City lost KDB in the Champions League final,
They
they were
lost. Yeah,
done
they
for.
lost again.
And I remember that game against Denmark. He came on and changed it. And I think when KDB is not playing, I don't think City can play like the way they do. So why not KDB? But Lewandowski maybe, but I don't. Nah.
Yeah, so you
Based
could
on
click on the
based on
subscribe
today's
button down below
performance,
and
based
yeah, subscribe to the Fanspire. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, based on today's performance, suppose Italy was to win it. Suppose I'm not trying to burst the it's coming home bubble, but would you give it to Jorginho? Like if because he's won the
What is he trying to do? Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, he was trying to shoot from there. Timo, Timo Morata, Timo Morata. I don't mean that. Getting a contest pocket even before. But hey, 15 minutes for Italy, 15 minutes for Spain. No end product for Spain. Spain are playing like a headless chicken. I think, well, Pranav, I really love your thoughts, love whatever you had to say on the transfer so far. But I'm going to overrule you here and say that England and Denmark both deserve a place in the final above Spain because they've been absolutely shit this tournament. They don't know how to score goals. They've scored five, agreed, cool, but they don't know how to score goals when it matters. And it isn't so hard to score. I don't know what it's all about.
But still, yet I did not expect Spain to reach where they
yeah.
have reached. I mean, I
Yeah, well,
remember Chinmay
agreed.
saying that he
No, I
doesn't
think
know who
I think
Spain are.
Spain will have one very good
Ooh.
chance even now. I mean, they've got chances in them. I mean, one or two good chances are coming Spain's way. So I don't think they're out of it, unless until the Italians get the second one. And
No, no, I'm not saying they're out
nobody
of it. I'm
expected
not saying they're
Spain.
out of
Yeah, and nobody expected Spain to be in the semifinals. I didn't. I thought, and there was this a lot of controversy around no Real Madrid players being taken, very young squad, and the
Exactly.
way they played the opening two games. But
it.
since then, they've lit up the tournament, and I think a lot of us said, Switzerland is going to beat Spain because they've beaten France and this and that. But uh, I think hats off to Luis Enrique, and he's building a very good team for the future.
Yeah. And England's gonna throw it away. And everybody's saying that England's gonna throw it away. but I know they can play. And
Yeah,
I'm singing three lines on the shirt. Shoes remain still cleaning. Don't shoes remain still cleaning. Let's go Italy. Come on,
yeah. I mean, I think
Italy.
if if
Italy might
if
win this to
England
lose in the
do
final.
no, if England do win, then why not Mason Mount? I agree with that. I mean,
Not as
but
carrying.
again,
No, I don't
Ballon
think so.
d'Or,
No, no, I don't.
that's the
I think Ballon d'Or is, they do look at the team achievements, but they also look at individual contributions. And I think Ankit will agree with me here when I say this. No disrespect towards Mount. I love Mason Mount. I absolutely love Mason Mount. Do not get me wrong here. But he's one of those players who does not show up in the stats. Only the real football fans can understand him. Good shot by Chiesa. Oh, it was Berardi. I'm
that
sorry
was
about that.
Berardi.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. But I mean, exactly what I'm trying to say, Ankit. I think Mount is one of those players. He's not made for the stats. Only a real football fan can understand his importance in the game. But so for that reason, I don't think he's a stat padder, and I think he won't win the Ballon d'Or for that reason. Morata goal. Spain 1-all. Spain 1-all. Morata's here 1-all. 1-all. Timo, Timo Morata. Timo Morata. Timo Morata. That's a celebration. He's go.
And they've been
Timo Morata.
sliced open. I mean, right through the center. What a shame.
Told you, Morata. Morata is all not winning.
Timo Morata. What a goal. 1-all. Extra time again. We have to stay up till 3:30 now. 3:30 a.m.
No, I think Spain have another goal in them. There's going to
They,
be more drama.
it's a FIFA goal. I'm telling you. Look,
Yeah,
one
absolutely.
two. He played a 1-2. Played a 1-2. Italian defense is open. Italian defense didn't know where to go. Lovely
What
finish.
is Chile doing there? Oh my God.
Morata. What a goal from the Juventus striker. What a goal. I'm pretty sure Bonucci and Chiellini are going to be hitting him when he comes back for preseason. They're going to be tackling a little bit hard. Well, I think it's only what the Spanish deserve. I can't say I'm happy
Yeah,
about it because I'm scared of Spain, but it's definitely what they deserve. And yeah, well, okay, cool. Yeah, we got it.
yeah. I think it's a deserved goal for Spain. I mean, and again, I mean, why have the Italians been so defensive since scoring that goal? I mean,
Two
and you were
very,
just saying that
two,
you were just
two
saying,
very
that
unlikely
Spain,
things. Two very
you were
unlikely things
counting
just
them
happened right
out,
now.
and you were saying that Spain don't have the attackers and they don't have good strikers. But look at how good Morata's been these last 2 3 games.
Oh no, there's time for a win here. Do not tell me Italy bought it under the pressure because two very unlikely things just happened right now. Number one, Italians conceding in the 80th minute, bottling under pressure, and Morata scoring a one-on-one. Never happens in the world, and they both happened. Ooh, I thought he scored again. I thought he scored. Sergio Busquets. Sergio Busquets. Was it Laporte or was Laporte? I'm having a hard time, judging players. They all have the same hairstyles. Oh, okay, it was Busquets. So Laporte couldn't reach it. It could have been two.
See,
It could
he's
have been
made
two.
a he's made a lot of defensive substitutions already, Mancini.
Yes,
So I
because he
mean,
thought he was winning it. Yeah. And that's a
yeah, but
foul.
then
Oh, he's rolling like a fish. I don't know. I don't know. Which way do you think it's going right now? Yeah. Morata goal, Morata goal, Morata goal. We go Morata. Timo Morata. Good one.
and all the
I think as
momentum
soon
now
as
is with Spain.
For
Chile,
Spain. It's for Spain, yeah?
Chinmay
Yeah.
calls someone shit and they score.
No, I mean, look,
That's been the story so far.
I didn't say K is a shit.
But you did call it timing shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Because
one of the
again,
things that I
Morata's again,
always thought
Morata's in again.
about
Final space, one
God.
space, Morata. Little chance out of the box. Ooh, wild attempt. Moreno should just go home.
So Mancini's record in the Champions League, in the Europa League, in tournaments, knockout style tournaments is really not very good. I mean, I don't think he's ever been beyond the Champions League quarterfinals, and he scored some very big clubs: Lazio, Inter, Man
Perot
City.
is coming on.
Yeah. So he's bringing on a striker again. I mean,
Barella for Locatelli. And
Has he
Perot is coming
utilized
on.
all the five subs?
yeah, I
Uh,
think so.
Perot is coming on for Insigne.
Four subs, I
Insigne is
think.
coming on. Five. Five. Yeah, this is the fourth sub. And five subs in that.
Verratti has been off. Emerson,
Uh,
but then
Immobile.
Immobile has
Immobile.
been off. Yeah, so all five subs have already been made. Keeper is
Azevedo
off too.
comes on. And now Torres. Marcus Llorente. I thought Torres is coming on. And sorry. Llorente is coming.
I mean, if Balandi or I mean, why is Aspilicueta not considered? I mean, he's been such a good captain, and he's.
But
I
if you
mean,
can't give it to Van Dijk, you can't give it to Aspilicueta.
yeah,
He scored against Italy. Alvaro Morata is just looking for his six goals in European Championships. Alvaro Morata, if you're looking at this, you're a good striker. I always thought you were a good striker, but
No,
you've
you
turned
should
out to be
just
shit.
call
You've,
him shit
you've
again.
turned out to be shit. No, you've turned out to be shit in the last 2 3 years. But you scored the most important goal probably today. So kudos to you.
absolutely. I think Conte also hasn't done well in the Champions League, and a lot of people look at Conte's three at the back. That
Okay.
doesn't work. But then Thomas Tuchel just showed that it can work. So yeah, Conte and Mancini both have really bad European records, or at least knockout cup records. But for me, I think Conte is the superior manager when it comes to Mancini because both of them have managed Inter and Mancini, and that is one of the reasons why I thought that Italy would be out in the quarters or the semi-finals because with Mancini, I just don't get the winning feeling. But with Conte, if Conte was to take over this team, this Italian team, I'd say that Italy can win the next World Cup. But with Mancini, I've never had that feeling. Like, but he's a good guy, genial guy, very respectable manager, Mancini, generally liked, and he just allows the team to play as to their
Very
strengths.
strong. Should have been a yellow card, to be fair, but okay. So Fateh, and Pranav, what do you say to Watchalong tomorrow? England versus
What
Denmark.
do I?
What do you say to Watchalong tomorrow? England versus Denmark.
Absolutely, absolutely. बड़ा
Yeah,
मजा आ रहा है
sure.
यार आज तो.
अगर
Let's do
स्पेन
it.
जीता तो आऊंगा.
Like even if Spain wins,
This is like
um,
Morata so confident drives in for a goal kick. Timo Morata's back. He's back. Timo's back. He came in for a flash, scored a goal, and he's back. It's okay, Pranav. I take my words back. Timo, he's back. Uh,
Morata broke out. I think under Allegri, way back around
and then
2015,
2013, 2013, 2014, when
15, I
he
think,
when he
when they made the
when he
Champions
played
League
the
final,
semi-final.
2015.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
Yeah,
he played the
14,
semi-final
15.
against Madrid, when he played the semi-final
Yeah,
against Madrid and scored
and
against Madrid,
yeah,
scored against Madrid.
absolutely. And Allegri's
and
back, and I think Morata is going to score a lot of goals this year. I mean, I do expect somewhere around 20 goals for Juventus this season too, which is not bad. I mean, 15 plus goals.
Yeah. That too in a
Do
defensive
you
league.
think
Yeah,
Ronaldo stays?
I think the latest rumor is that Ronaldo goes to PSG, Icardi goes to Juventus, and Mbappe moves to Real. But I don't think that will happen. I think Ronaldo and Morata will
I
both
don't think
stay,
Ronaldo goes to
and
PSG. I don't think
yeah,
Ronaldo goes to PSG.
I don't think they'll.
The only two clubs, mm, the only one club
I
Ronaldo
don't
can
think
actually go to is
there's
United.
no. I don't think
And
United
I
will
don't,
go for him.
yeah, and I don't think United is going to go for him. Exactly. So I think he'll probably
But
stay there till
say whatever about Ronaldo, he's still clutch. He's still so physically fit. I mean,
true.
hardly gets injured. If United were to get him, I mean, he's a different physical beast altogether. I mean, and I think he'll score a lot of goals. I mean, he's changed his game. So you should consider. I rate him above Cavani. Yeah, I'm telling you,
I
like
do too.
Cristiano
I,
Ronaldo. I mean,
I do too. I mean, I have a Ronaldo
yeah,
poster in my
it's
bedroom, and I've seen him
and
play.
I say this, I say this as an Inter Milan fan, but he's so clutch. I mean, that guy, you can trust him to bang in goals anywhere.
There's a big 4 matches in the for second time. Ankit, I love football. Um, I love to transpire, but my sleep isn't. I'm on battery silver mode right now, so no, that's not a goal. Ooh, Jason on the break. 2v2. Oh, come on, KJ. Come on, Ferrari. Come on, Ferrari. Come on, Ferrari. Come on, Ferrari.
No way.
Ah. Yes, as I was saying,
Plus,
I love football, but I'm already on battery saver mode with my body, so I can't stay up tonight. Not after England have a semi tomorrow. So sorry. You will, if you're interested in covering that, Ankit, you can contact me in the next 1 hour or so, and we can work something out. 3 minutes. 3 minutes for a semi-final. What the hell? This referee he wants extra time. This referee wants to get paid for 30
no,
more
but
minutes.
he's hardly allowed any fouls to be given in corner
It's a
this late.
semi-final for him. It's a semi-final. You could give 5 minutes and
अरे
people would still
अभी
be happy.
अभी बंद करो इस मैच को.
Ooh, that was handball.
That was handball.
That would be harsh. It would be harsh. It would be
It
harsh.
would be
But okay.
harsh. Yeah. The referee's had a good game. He's allowed, and these are two teams known for simulation. So he's allowed. He's not fallen for any of those tricks.
Ooh. That was tough. This is going to extra time. I don't think it's a goal here. Uh, so, back to 3 o'clock. Thursday and we're still in 3 o'clock then. 3 o'clock Indian Standard Time. They're lucky in the UK, 10:30 p.m. Still not bedtime. Huh? They're lucky, 40 seconds. Can, can it? That's a very weird ball. Ferrari can't keep that in, possibly.
Offside. Extra time.
Italy looking out of ideas, man. I mean, Italy had one idea.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
know Italy
Absolutely.
had one idea when they came in, counter attack and score. They did that, but now they can't defend. So, I'm thinking, what's going on? The team, Spain don't score many goals. Italy are looking out of ideas. It could be penalties.
And it's really disappointing that we took the lead and then lost it,
And then
and
lost.
right
I'm
through
very,
the
very,
center of our defense.
very un-Italian thing.
Very
and it's
un-Italian. Yeah,
extra time. Extra time it is. I've seen a lot of things recently where people are getting, people respect, you know, uh, other YouTubers, other, you know, other channels. They're getting, big people on their channels. And I really hope if we ever get an Italian or a Spanish ref or a pundit, anyone on, I would want them to describe what they're feeling throughout the game. That is all I want to know. Because I don't know. I mean, Italians have looked so out of ideas after that first goal.
yeah.
I mean, Thiago's come on the pitch and he's talking about it should be a pen. He's not even playing. He, Thiago's not even playing with his team. Go home. Go home. Just go home, brother. Don't even bother coming home. Why is Thiago talking about a penalty? I mean, you look at two sides. Look at two sides. If that was a pen, if Spain scored the pen, imagine Italy going out with that penalty. Everybody would be calling Spain cheaters. I think it draws the result.
I think I called this right, Chinmay.
And I'll give it to you.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
I
the
think
first,
extra time.
Time's up on stream, and we're going 1-all.
And this is fantastic for the two teams that play tomorrow if they are able to finish the game in 90 minutes.
Yeah,
You know, and
we have
look at the
30.
Spanish. The Spanish have played 120 minutes against the Swiss, and now 120 minutes against Italy, and they also played 120 minutes against the Croats. So if
Yeah,
there's one team that you want to play in the final, it's Spain, because I mean those are going to be very heavy legs.
and I think Italy, although Italy have a very bad penalties record, I think Italy will win if it goes on penalties because against mentality giants, they know who gets the pens, they know who to give it to, and they have experience, which Spain don't. I mean, I could give a penalty to Pranav, and he might score.
No, but I think the Spanish goalkeeper last time, I was so impressed with the way he was dancing on the line. He really put
He,
off the Swiss, because the
he
Swiss
did,
penalties against the French were so good, but their penalties against that keeper was so bad. I
yeah.
mean,
Damn, that thing, come on. Actually, and now just don't feel. Ooh, I think he's pulled up. Ooh, I don't know what's happened there. Ooh, I don't know what's happening.
Walba
Ooh, Jordi Alba.
simulation.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
ah. That's
yeah. See, he's up.
yeah. That looks like immobile in the last game.
And Luis Enrique, I think, has also managed 2 years at AS Roma, so he knows the
He knows
Italian
how to.
game
Yeah,
pretty well.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and Mancini's never been to Spain, and
He did. Yeah,
I mean, I think Luis Enrique, he doesn't get the kind of credit for that Champions League victory with Barcelona also in 2015. You know, a lot of people
yeah. A
don't give
lot
him
of
that credit,
they
but
just say understand. Yeah,
yeah, but I mean, get this Spain here playing so well to come back from a goal down.
yeah. Man,
Yeah,
I don't think I
MSN
can
got the
take another.
credit. Yeah, totally. I mean,
I
I
don't
think
think.
Luis Enrique
I don't.
deserves more credit.
Yeah, I don't think I can take another 27 minutes. I just this is not good play.
No, I think the second half has been good. The first half was really uh, dull.
Yeah,
The second
I,
half,
I would have been happy if I would have been in bed. At
yeah,
2:29. Yeah,
yeah, I would have been very happy too if Italy had kept the lead. But
but Morata, Timo Morata.
and all the momentum since that, which is so strange. Like Italy score, and it's almost like the Spanish woke up.
It is. Ever since I said they've been shit, they woke up. It's like every game.
Yeah,
Got to
and
by that.
and I think if there's one team that I think will score in this period, I think
And
it's
next
Spain.
time,
The
yeah,
way they're playing.
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the Italians have.
It's fine.
Has Belotti touched the ball?
I don't think so.
So it's the same thing as Immobile, right? Like for
Yeah,
like. Slow immobile striker for a slow immobile striker.
again and again and again. I just-
there were rumors that Belotti is demand. Jose Mourinho wants Belotti at Roma,
Yeah,
but I
I've
don't
heard this.
think Mourinho will be too impressed with what he's seen of Belotti in this at the
I don't
Euros.
know.
I mean, if there's one striker in Serie A who's been very impressive, it's been this Fiorentina striker called Vlahovic, one to watch out for in the future.
Including shocking. Italy just can't get anything wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
And I'm
our
not even
hope right
supporting
now
Spain.
is
I'm not
our
even
hope right
supporting
now
Spain.
is
But I think, I mean, if Spain wins the Euros, this is the end of me. I just, I just can't. A team which they failed to beat, they failed to beat, you know, two of these three group stages games. Spain have the better chance now. They had the better chances in the normal time. But you know, if Spain win this game, they will defeat England because Spain are tactical. Spain have brains. England does not have brains.
what if
England only has
what if
potential.
Denmark wins the tournament?
Exactly.
Like, we're talking about Italy, Spain, England, Italy, Spain, England. I Not once have we, in these 97 minutes or these 100 minutes that we've been talking, not once have we said, what if Denmark wins the Euro? But if
If
the Danes
Denmark
are
wins the
looking at
tournament,
this, and
if
if the
Denmark
Danes
wins
are
the
looking
tournament,
at this, there is nothing to sort of
be
overawe
scared of.
them, or to sort of scare them. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sure they're looking at this game just like the English and saying, yeah, these are two teams that we can take on and beat. These are both very beatable teams.
very. Tournament was a short. I tell you what, Spain could score 10, and they didn't. And again and again, Spain are not taking the chances. And if Spain will take the chances, they will not win. That's that should not be a problem with that.
Was Danny Olmo the talent who was playing at Dinamo Zagreb some years ago? Or was
I,
that somebody else?
I,
And then he went to Red Bull Leipzig, or I'm mixing up players, I think.
I think he might be. I think he might be. I'm just
Yeah.
too stoked right now. 2:35 p.m. I'm just and I know, knowing England, it might go to penalties tomorrow also.
I think England might even win easily, just like they beat the Ukrainians.
No, no, if it was ever easy, so easy, I'm just dead tired. Italy not looking like Italy. Um,
No, I mean, every tournament that Italy plays, I think other than the 2006 World Cup, generally you'll see Italy go up and down throughout the tournament.
yeah,
It's
let's
never
see this
like,
now.
yeah, I mean,
Consistent.
there's no that, but 2006 was in general consistent. But then there was that game, I think, against Australia where Italy needed a 90th minute penalty and a very soft penalty. And I think there was a draw against USA too. So, I mean, Italy never, you can't really sort of say that Italy will have a perfect tournament. I hope Mancini really practiced penalties like with the players, because that's been at least plan B,
Yeah,
maybe even plan A all along if Chiesa hadn't scored that wonder goal.
yeah, really wrong. Italy have just not been the
Yeah.
Italy. Um, I've
This has
read
been
about
like
actually.
the way we saw the
Spain is really
Austria
good
game.
at football.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I agree with you. Spain played the better football. Italy
yeah.
had a heavy 2016. They can win the tournament, they can score now, they can prove me wrong, but they've been very frustrating today. They've been very underwhelming today. No, they've not been Italy. They've been Italy light, but they've not been Italy.
But I think this is the ceiling of this team too. I mean, it's a good midfield, aging but a good defense, and then a very mediocre attack. So this team clearly has a ceiling.
This is quite a true tweet that the fans can come. Harry Maguire, future Premier League and European Championship winner.
And what I find interesting right now is that
One of the countries. It's, it's
even
coming
though the
home, guys.
Spanish have played
It's coming home.
120 minutes in the last two matches, they still look fresher and with more ideas. Whereas Italy, sure, they went to 120 minutes against the Austrians, but like we look more tired than the Spanish right now,
Yeah.
and we've looked more tired throughout the second half than the Spanish. Like at this moment, I'm just praying for penalties, and I don't see a hope of Italy scoring even in the next 18 minutes.
I'm just getting ready for tomorrow's semi-final victory uh, against Denmark. What a great thing it would be to watch England play the final against.
Offset.
Uh, I can't choose, but I don't know. I mean, whoever it is, England's winning. It's coming home, and best of luck to whoever comes through. It's coming home.
How many substitutions has Spain made?
Uh,
Three,
Moreno, Morata. Uh, I think,
or three.
I think five, four or five,
Oh,
4 or 5.
would you say Olmo is the man of the match so far?
I think so. He's run them deep. He's run them deep.
Uh,
Morata, Timo Morata. Go home. I swear, Pranav is gonna come and kill me whenever he sees me. I don't think he's very likely the fact of calling him Timo Morata.
just inviting the Spanish on, sitting this deep. Oh, We're just surviving.
They just survive. Second, and the first half is done, and we will meet again in the second half. You can think about your thoughts in this last half of the semi-final one. Maybe it'll go to penalties, maybe not, but we'll just break for a couple of minutes or so.
I have no idea why, of all people, Bernardeschi is even in the squad. And looking at his face, I just feel like this is the kind of guy who will miss a penalty. Why is he on? Like, I hope,
Pranav,
I don't know, I hope I'm wrong. And a
Pranav, you
lot of
should be
fans,
happy.
yeah.
Pranav, you should be happy
But
because
Pranav should be happy, but then Spain should be winning the game. I mean, if it goes to penalties, then I don't think Pranav can be happy because
Exactly.
that's just, there's so much luck.
But as far as I think, Italians don't have a very good record in the country.
Yeah, I mean, World Cup 2006 was fantastic. We've already lost in the Euro 2008 quarterfinal on penalties to Spain.
you just come on.
And Chiesa's off. So no penalty for Chiesa and Bernardeschi is on.
I'm
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 already losing confidence in
I'm
the
shocked.
penalties. I don't know
I'm
why.
shocked Yes, I thought KSR will be a penalty taker.
Yeah, and this guy, I mean, he doesn't get a start for Juventus. He's done nothing the whole year. I have no idea why he's even being called up. But okay, there were injuries to Politano and a few others, but still. By the way,
You know,
Busquets is also off.
I think it's one more very good reason for England to play Italy in the final is because KSR looks injured. So one star
Yeah,
player of Italy will be out. So Luke Shaw will have one less headache if Italy is the team and if England do qualify and there's two runners and it's Italy Bernardeschi. I know what I'm talking. That is the best chance Italy had.
I'm willing to bet Bernardeschi will even miss his penalty.
Okay, so everybody on the Fanspire, this is on YouTube domain forever now. So we will have this.
Vinny's comment is absolutely right. Juventus tax.
You understand? Yeah,
Yeah. Otherwise,
I think a little bit of food and I have some energy in me. No way slipped on my and the pop.
generally the record in big tournaments is one match has in the semi-finals, one game has drama. So I think we've had the drama, and then the second semi-final is generally a very straight up affair.
Thank you. Thank you. When you say straight, I
Oh
want
God,
England win. I don't want
It,
Denmark winning 3-0 or
Denmark,
something.
yeah, exactly.
Denmark 3-0 and 80% possession.
I don't think they'll have possession, but
Now Torres is coming on. Torres for Russia. Fateh,
yeah,
penalty. Oh, he went for a shot. Good. You
I
have
just
questions
don't
by the Fanspire.
absolutely. I think why what?
And then offside.
Yeah,
If
I
it was on,
Mancini.
I would have thrown my t-shirt up and started celebrating. England winning the Euros.
No, I mean, see, Mancini has a very young squad. We didn't qualify for the 2018 World Cup, so and
Hmm.
they've given him an extension till 2026. So everybody is generally very happy. So even a semi-final defeat will not see Mancini sacked. I personally feel this team has a lot of talent. There's some fantastic players to be played in the 3-5-2, and Antonio Conte should be the coach. So I mean, them extending Mancini's contract and Mancini having made the semi-finals now sort of is not really good for Italy long term because I don't think Mancini can win a
Yeah.
major tournament. I just don't have that sort of confidence. I want to be proven wrong. But I don't know why I don't sort of and Mancini because I think I remember the defeats that Inter Milan faced in the Champions League in Europe, you know, going out to Valencia, Villarreal, Liverpool, AC Milan. I mean, Mancini always came up short, and even today, I think
He might come
everybody
up short.
who's seen this match, yeah, I mean, will say that Luis Enrique has done well.
Of course, because anybody who's watched this game knows that Spain had a better game than Italy.
Yeah, absolutely,
Italy,
absolutely.
Italy are happy to be in the 111th minute.
I don't blame
Mancini.
Mancini for doing that,
Yeah.
but then taking the lead and then not keeping it, and that goal, the way it came, right through the center, and the Spanish have twice, I think, twice or thrice cut us right through the center. So let's see. I mean.
And I'm going down, 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 down. All Spanish baby singing one song. We're going down, down, down.
But
Sorry,
I think
Alba.
both these coaches will be coaching their respective national teams at Qatar in 18 months' time. And I think even Redknapp will be there, like in 18 months' time, irrespective of who wins.
Right now,
Sorry, what's his name? Southgate. Sorry. Totally
I,
forgot his
I,
name. So,
I thought Jamie Redknapp or Harry Redknapp coaching England.
no,
Oh,
no, 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 no. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I think all these coaches they'll will pretty much they'll be continuity for Spain, Italy, England, and even Denmark for that matter.
and Germany. Germany
No,
will have
Germany,
Hansi Flick.
Hansi Flick. That's going to be interesting. In fact, I think I don't know what happens with France's coach Deschamps. I mean, does Zidane
Zidane
take
stay.
over?
Yeah,
But I don't know. Let's see. I have a feeling that a South American team might win in Qatar because if you look at these Euros, I don't think there's one stellar team out there. Like
yeah,
like at the World Cup, we felt France was special. They had even now everybody was okay. France is good. The Belgians were good, but not a good defense. But there's no 10 on 10 team. I think.
yeah. So I think there might be one in the playing in the semi-final too. I'm I'm not naming a team. I'm not naming a team. Just might be. They wear white, white jerseys. They, their home, their home stadium is Wembley. Not naming anyone, but the final is Sunday, 12:30 p.m. Oh man, this week is going to be everything about preserving sleep. I think fans like me, Fateh Pranav, we're gonna have to sleep Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whole day to get back on track. And Wimbledon final is also on Sunday.
Ah, yeah.
Feed him.
yaar.
Belotti,
This is what I'm
Belotti,
talking about.
you Dumbo. I would have made that pass. I would have made that pass.
I would have made that pass on PES or FIFA,
Yeah. So I would have
even
made that
in
pass
real
in
life.
real.
But I don't
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Acha, in real life.
Only thing you had to do is just pass. No swerve, nothing. Just pass the ball.
Yeah.
Just playing like that. And and India had a problem with the strikers. Maybe Belotti, they haven't been their number nines, properly. They need to improve. Everybody's been saying that Spain does not have a striker, but people are
No,
not
I think
looking at the fact that even Italy don't have a striker because
no,
they
I
have
think
two
Morata
mobile strikers,
has Morata made a slow start. He missed a
but he's coming
penalty.
up.
There was
He's
a lot
coming
of,
up. Yeah,
but yeah, the last three matches he's more than justified his inclusion.
Belotti's been so offside. More offside than Timo Werner.
Oh,
7 points.
35% possession.
Penalties, Johnny now. We're still here. Penalties. Joshua, our friend. This is the only real football he's enjoying this year. From August, he will start supporting his favorite club, Arsenal Football Club, again. So my heart goes out to Joshua. Yeah, you're my friend. You're my brother, Joshua. It's okay. You can support another club, United or Chelsea or someone who will give you a chance of giving you good games and good days. With Arsenal, it's all depressive days. You look at
But
Jagger,
Arsenal fan TV is legendary. I
depend
mean, watching that
exactly,
channel is,
exactly. You
I mean,
the
that
only fan
is,
channels. If your fan channel
yeah,
is legendary, it tells you
yeah.
how bad your club is because they pissed off so much. And every episode they're saying, oh, come on, come on.
I have nothing against, I mean, Arsenal fans. Joshua is
Same, same,
fantastic,
same,
but
same. No, no, no. Jokes
I
apart.
love watching whenever Arsenal lose. Just going on Arsenal fan TV, and now I think Barstool Sports has started something with that guy who talks. What's his name? Troops.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, oh, the
No, no,
banter that
cricket.
they have.
A yellow card also. I think the referee's
Oh,
been a bit
no,
biased with Spain. I think,
no, no.
I don't know.
I think the referees are a very good game.
But
It's
Murata's,
I
fallen down like a Titanic. Fallen down.
2 minutes. I don't know. I mean, I predicted this. I knew this game was going to be like this, but I'm very disappointed at the way Italy conceded that goal. Um, like at one point when Italy scored, I
Uh,
really felt that okay,
he,
we'll hold on.
Joshua. No, 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 no. Don't take this the wrong way. Arsenal Football Club is the dream. I was just kidding. Arsenal, great club, a lot of history, and they are under changes, and they will get back to being a top club very soon. In all respect for Arsenal. So wait, let me get this right. There was a penalty shootout in France concerned. Switzerland, Spain,
Red and white. Yeah.
Croatia, Spain.
No, that went to extra time, but
That
no
was very fun.
penalties. Croatia, Spain.
So we two penalty shootouts, right, so far.
Make it three now. It's pretty much done.
Yeah, yeah. So exactly, this is going to be third. Is that some kind of record? Or, what do you
No,
think?
no. Every tournament has
I'm talking about Euros because I think there were Spain
Euro
has been worse than
'96.
two.
Yeah, Euro '96 had a lot of penalty shootouts.
Why don't we see this better in Barca as well? I think
This Pedri is
uh, I
always
think he
there
can
in
answer.
Barca. He's the only man who has outshined this apart from Messi and De Jong. And this is the Pedri we've seen in Barcelona. And hence he's got an opportunity in Spain.
And that's it,
A
penalties.
moment like this, a
Oh,
19-year-old student playing
penalties.
semi-final at this stage after playing 120 minutes for two games previously.
They're having it.
Pedri and Fati.
Yeah, they don't do the dance, huh? They don't do the dance. It's only the Spanish dance. Will the Latinas be dancing now? The Spanish champions. All the
I don't know.
fans.
I trust the Spanish goalkeeper after what he did against the Swiss.
Please subscribe to the Fans Spy. You can go down, right hand corner if I'm not wrong. Subscribe to the Bournemouth corner Fans Spy. You can check all of our videos all the time, every time we roll out. Please do subscribe. Look at our Twitter page, look at our Instagram page. We're bringing coverage for you every single day. And this is only a second watch along. Um, Semi-final one, of course, is a big game, and of course, Premier League's coming up, Champions League is coming up. We've got Serie A fans, Bundesliga fans. We've got a lot of fan bases now, and we will be looking to enhance our potential by bringing more inclusive and exclusive too.
I have no idea about the penalty lineup,
Who
but
knows? I don't know if Enrique knows.
I don't know if I don't know how to trust Berardi and Bernardeschi to take penalties. Like I don't know how to trust these guys. But it's a very young squad. I guess it's the same. The same is true for Spain. The same is true for Italy. Let's see what Donnarumma is made up of because he's never had this sort of pressure on him. He's just made a
And
move to
he's
PSG.
traveling to PSG in like a day or something.
Yeah, and a lot of a lot of money in his pockets, in Raiola's pockets.
Yeah.
If he becomes the star now, then yeah, sure. But I think the Unai Simon dance. I hope the Italians have factored that in because that totally put off the Swiss last time around.
You know, all I can say is we are awake till 3 a.m., 3, 2 a.m. for you, for all the fans. So, if this does not convince you that you do this for the fans, I don't think anything in the world will. So, best of luck to all of you that stayed up. Ah, I knew it. You really like it, don't you? The fans cry. Okay.
I think this is very nice to see the two captains being
Oh, okay.
funny with each other and sharing jokes. Okay, so the Italians go first.
Yeah. Jordi Alba don't even like.
Why
Chiellini
is
is just
Chiellini so
happy, man.
happy?
And yeah, but of
No
course,
idea.
because he knows he's not going to take a penalty. So he knows he has no pressure. Chiellini is just like sitting at home and he's like, oh, okay. Okay. चल तू मार चल okay. तू जा. Jordi Alba might actually have to take a penalty. You never know. He's like that. Pranav, tell me your 4 or 5 picks for the penalty takers.
Morata, Dani Olmo, Rodri,
Thiago.
Thiago,
Thumbs up. Thumbs up, guy.
Laurent.
Okay.
Oh God, Locatelli to take the first. Oh,
It's coming home. It's coming
so
home.
important. It's
It's
so important
coming.
to start with a good penalty. Like imagine missing the first penalty and then suddenly you're like, "Oof,
Look at him. Look
oh
at him.
God." See the goalkeeper's doing that again. I think
Yeah.
he's
He
very
just
clever,
started
Unai
moving around.
Simon.
And missed it.
Oh,
Missed it. He's missed it.
I
He's
think
played this game. He's missed it. And it's one down for it. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It works, you
I
know.
think Unai
He,
Simon is
he gets into the head of the
yeah,
opposition
absolutely. And
with
no
dancing
other
dancing
goalkeeper's
jack.
been doing this. And yeah, Italy are now chasing it, and
I think the
I'm
golden
not
rule in
confident.
penalty shootouts is Fateh, the golden rule is if your keeper saves a penalty, you have to score the next one. If he
Yeah,
misses this, it's a crime.
no, I think he'll score. Donnarumma is not doing the Unai Simon dance, so
Paniolma. And he's missed it as
oh,
well. He's missed it. He's missed it. He's missed it. He's missed it.
oof!
1-1. 1-1 for the misses. 1-1 for the misses.
I did not expect that. I already gave up. This game has surprised me a lot. Like, wow.
I said this will be on record. I said
Yeah, and
the golden rule
yeah,
is if your keeper saves it, you score, and you didn't score. I was Belotti.
Lottie, uh, forgetful Euro so far.
Belotti, favorite. What a dancer!
See,
What
I
a
think
great dancer.
Unai Simon is.
Oh, lovely
Oh,
penalty.
well done.
Lovely penalty.
Lovely penalty.
Lovely penalty. Respect. Respect to Belotti. He's been shit. He's been shit during the
Yeah.
whole game. But what a penalty, man, matter.
Low and with speed.
I think Pranav just decided to, yeah, Pranav was back.
Oh God. He'll go to the right, I think.
Moreno, and he scores it.
Oh, come
Good.
on. He should have saved
He scores
that.
it. He scores it. 1-0.
Yeah.
1-0. He
Yeah.
scores it.
I
It's
think, did he
easy
get a
enough.
touch? Oh,
Oh,
oh God.
Bonucci. Bonucci. They both missed one. They both scored one.
How do you, like, I mean, Unai Simon's dance, it's, how do you, like,
And
I don't know. Where do you hit it?
you don't look at him. Goalkeeper's not moving around now. Oh, lovely penalty. Lovely penalty.
Lovely penalty.
Lovely
Why
penalty.
didn't Unai Simon move? I'm telling you, like, his movement is,
It's
it's really
putting them off.
scary. I think he should continue to move.
Thank you to everyone who's still, watching this. It's 11. It's 3:07 a.m. 3:07 a.m.
Oh,
My
Thiago
word.
is not going to
Ah,
miss.
Thiago, thumbs up. If he misses this, this is all due to
He's
Liverpool.
not going to miss.
It's all
He's
because of
not going to
Liverpool.
miss. He's not going to miss.
Yeah, he shot it.
Look at that. That is an amazing penalty.
Good penalty. Good penalty. But they attracted to a nice.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm a fan of the way he put off the Swiss, and I think he put off Locatelli too. And oh my God, this has to be a miss. This guy can't score.
Bangladesh. And number four penalty is normally the one that kills all the hopes. If Bangladesh misses this, and it's been away,
Who is
and
this?
Bangladesh is not looking confident. Bangladesh is
He's
not
going
looking
to
confident.
miss. Oh, Unai Simon is very clever. He knows how to get into the young players.
Oh, it's a lovely
Oh,
penalty. Lovely penalty. Lovely penalty.
I don't mind being wrong here. Okay, please save one. Save
What a
one.
penalty.
Save Donnarumma, please, for
What a
God's
penalty.
sake.
I don't care if you're Neuer, I don't care who you are, you cannot save that penalty. You cannot save that penalty.
Wow, Morata has to score.
Oh, Morata. Oh, Timo Morata. Timo's
Oh,
here.
it's Alvaro Morata. He's as cool as Cristiano Ronaldo. He's as good as him in penalties. He's learned
Let's
from the
see.
best. Chinmay.
Let's see what Timo has. Oh, Timo
Yes!
misses.
Yes!
Timo misses. Timo misses. Timo.
Oh God, who's the last penalty
I
kick
told you.
taker? Oh
I
God.
told you. I told you. Timo Morata. And I said this, Fateh. I said this and Pranav. This on record. The fourth penalty is always the one which kills all the hopes.
Oh
Fourth
God,
penalty.
please score this. Please, please. Oh God. Oh God. I
He's a
can't
striker. He
stand
should
it.
have. He should have put in the top corner. Why is he? He's just
Oh God,
Timo Morata.
Jorginho.
Timo Morata.
I can't
Timo
watch this,
Morata.
yaar.
Timo Morata. Jorginho scores for Chelsea. The keeper is gonna have to save it. And he's done it. And Italy go to the final. Italy go to the final.
Oh, it's coming
Italy
to
go to the
Rome.
final. Italy go to the final.
Oh
Italy versus
God. Oh God. Commiserations to
Spain.
Pranav. Oh God. This was
Spain.
wow.
If the only thing is, the only thing is, the only thing is, if Spain had a striker, I'm sorry, Pranav.
No,
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
I
I have
think
to come back.
I
I have
know.
to
I
come
think
back to the fact.
Morata. No, no,
I
no.
have to
I
come
think.
back to the fact again. If Spain had a striker, this would have been Spain's game by far, and I'm not even joking.
Oh my. Commiserations to Pranav. I think your team played very well. I mean, nobody expected Spain to do this well, and they've been fantastic. Like,
I know, yeah,
and to come back from a goal down, but wow, that
Spain should have
oh
won it. Spain needed to win it. Spain created chances. They needed a number nine. Morata had one shot on goal, and he scored. Italy missed the first goal. Italy missed the first goal. Danny Olmo needed to score. He did not score. You look at Timo Morata. What is he doing? He's a striker. He's a striker. What is a striker doing hitting such an easy penalty like that? He's just off it. And uh, tomorrow night it's England. I just hope it does not go to this ends because it's heartbreaking to see our team. I can only feel bad about uh, Pranav. I can only feel bad about Pranav, and I feel bad for him because to see your team being outplayed is one thing, and to see your team perform better than the other team, yet lose on penalties, it's sad. So Pranav, your ride ends here. I just feel, I just feel that Italy will be very happy, but will also know that they were beatable in this game. So they will have to take care of their shortcomings, in the next 4 days.
no, I
What
think
a game of football!
I'm so impressed with Luis Enrique. I remember the criticism. No Real Madrid players taken. There's no experience, and the first two games, the way there was so much pressure on Spain, and since those two games, they've been a completely different team. Today, they were they were the better team. I wouldn't say as if they totally outplayed Italy. I mean, this was our strength. We were going to sit back, but Spain, I think, for the Qatar World Cup, that's a team to look forward to. And I think for example, now trust Luis Enrique. Before this tournament started, people didn't trust Luis Enrique, didn't trust his choices. Right now, I trust him. And why can't Spain win the World Cup? Like, they are good, they are young, and I don't agree with you criticizing Morata. I think he changed the game when he came on.
No, I'm
That
no,
goal,
I'm not criticizing him for
absolutely. I
the
mean,
game.
he
I'm
and
criticizing him only for the fact that if he's a striker, if he is a striker, I mean, he is not even if he is a striker, I think he should have placed that penalty a little bit better, or should have applied some power. That's all I'm trying to say. His job is to score goals. He isn't a defender. He isn't a midfielder. His primary job is to score goals, and he's placed a penalty worse than what Thiago or Bonucci did. So that really tells you that I have been critical, but that was all banter sake, of course. But speaking facts, a striker needs to score or at least place. If he saved that penalty, I'm okay with it. But that wasn't a save. That was a miss by Morata. That's all I'm trying to say.
it's
The
the
keeper didn't
second
have,
win this Euros by Morata.
yeah, exactly. The keeper didn't have to do much. He just had to, just choose the right way. So of course, as you can see, we have been live for 2 hours 46 minutes. What a game of football! Pranav's ride ends here. Fateh's ride, it just keeps on going. Now to the finals. So Fateh has automatically booked his spot for Sunday's watch along if we do go live.
yeah,
And
yeah,
England versus Denmark is the game tomorrow. Semi-final one done. Semi-final, so one finalist confirmed. Spain weren't at their best this tournament. Still, they do finish, with a semi-final. So congrats to Pranav for that. Congrats to Fateh for going on to the final. We at the Fanspire second watch along, great moment for us at Fanspire to have this watch along. Two very, very emotional and great, big fans of the game joining me today. And, this is here for all to see now in public domain. So, I'm pretty sure there everybody can see what our reactions were real time. So, thank you guys, and that is it from me. And just before I end, just before I end, just want to state out a fact. I think Fateh brought it out. All teams wearing white have lost in the penalty shootout, if I'm not wrong. Is that true?
That's
No,
why.
all teams
Has
wearing
one.
white had one
Has
till
one.
now.
Has one. Till one. I had one till now. Okay, I'm sorry. I had that fact wrong. But tells you history can be changed. That is what I'm going to cling on to, because with England, history needs to change if England wants to win. So quite a heartbreaking game for Pranav. I don't know if he'll be able to sleep now, but
Then I
well
think
played.
it's they've done very well. They've done very
They've
well.
done very well. They've done very well.
They have our respect.
Um,
Yeah, Spain has our respect.
they do. Spain won our hearts. So we will discuss. Of course, we might discuss the game again in a post-match review. So look forward to that. And thank you. This is me signing off. Chinmay Karago signing off from the Fans Point. Thank you, guys.